Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! We're back for some more League of Lads Season 10 action. I am joined tonight by the man of many titles, Mr. Simply 2-Based, Mr. 5-Rat 4-Staff, Mr. Dota Buff, Mr. Wraith Pact Oracle himself, Logical Dota 2. How are you tonight?
Thank you. I'm doing good. There's also nouns. I've been working with them more.
I'm sorry, titles
No,
too.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You talk about you make it me sound better than I am.
That's my job, I'm here to uplift my analysts. You make it easy than some other ones do, but honestly, it's always fun having you on. We are here tonight for a very anticipated Lads matchup. On the Radiant side, it is Reily Feid featuring pretty much the entirety of Blue Pikachu, I think. So once again, a team that was playing in the DPC Open qualifiers versus Draiden Fanclub, which is a team full of Lads veterans and Festival. I'm super excited because I think these are two of the better teams in Lads. I want to hear your thoughts on the teams.
Yeah, yeah. Radiant, Blue Pikachu, Reily Feid. They're pretty solid. Uh, I can't remember how they did in the past Open qualifiers, but they've had some pretty decent. I mean, they've had some pretty solid results overall. They made it to the close qualifiers, I want to say, of the previous season DPC.
Actually, they got ESL slots.
Oh yeah,
Because
okay.
they lost to the team that got disqualified, and Karan emailed ESL like, "Hey, can I take their slot in the close
Oh
qualifiers?"
no,
And they
you know
said
what happened?
no.
They made it through the first qualifier, but then they changed roster, so they went through the second one again.
No, that was a different team. That's a different team.
Are you sure?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Well, anyways, they did pretty good. I've seen they beat like a Monster Stack on a Battle Cup, which it's Battle Cup. It's like 5 players that do not that aren't super trying to play competitively together, but like that's still pretty decent. I don't think Dire would find playing against that stack in Battle Cup trivial.
It's one of those things. Yeah, Monster. Once again, he's had tier 2 pro experience. He's like rank 100, very good player. So even beating that stack is always an accomplishment. But looking at our friend the draft, we're actually pretty far into the draft. They've drafted very fast today, and we started somewhat late. So combine those two things, and we're already halfway through the draft. I mean, bands about you'd expect for the opening bands: Coddle, Storm, top tier pick, Sand King, top tier pick. Puck is a Breezy R respect band. 5 pick CK, 6-7 Ench Pangolier, 8 Grimstroke, second phase bans Vicious Bat, Veno, Bloodseeker, Dusa, PA into a 15-pick Mars. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, these are honestly not the most standard bands, I would say. Like, I mean, Puck, as you said, respect band. Sand King, I think as a hero has gone down in priority. I think the hero is still very strong, but it definitely is not a hero that you see first phase banned very much anymore. Some notable heroes that were left alone, Pugna, Doom as well. I feel like those two heroes in particular are not particularly difficult to play, and they've definitely seen big rise in popularity since the major.
Something I find interesting though is that Dire picking this Enshiro instead of having their former StarCraft Pro play it, they're going to have DOS play it.
That is what's it called? This is the DOS signature.
It is. I mean, he's one of those things where I remember I was talking with Artorias about it, and I was like, Doss is not going to get Ench all season. He won't stop bragging about how good he is on Ench. And it turns out I was wrong. Artorias, you were right. It's first game of the season. They picked Ench.
I'm kind of surprised it didn't get banned, to be honest. But yeah, no, just full stop. I'm kind of surprised they didn't ban it. We should probably talk about their picks though. CK Grimstroke on Radiant. Add a Lich into the mix. Okay. Uh, the Pango Mars back to back picks. Yeah, that's how that works, right? No.
The band phase in
Yes,
between,
yes,
technically, but
yes.
yeah.
15 was Mars. Yeah, 15 was Mars. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty surprising. I think these heroes kind of function the same way, where they're like a 2/3 flex that even if they have bad games, they can function as initiators. So it's not too big of a deal. You can kind of pick them early. Picking them both though is kind of surprising to me. This indicates that there's a decent chance that the Pangolier is going to be support, which I guess would make sense because they saw the Grimstroke afterwards. But I don't think I think that Pangolier support is quite weak ever since the hero got shadow nerfed. And now that you can't chain stun people with the BKBs with your ultimate, I think the hero has a lot worse support because that's like one of the nicest attributes is that you are a blink stun that can actually like chain stun BKB heroes, like against the Jug, for instance. What used to be a pretty meh matchup, I'd say, for Jug is one that the hero really thrives in because you just never care about getting blink rolled on. You only have to watch out for spear, really.
I find interesting is I'm really excited to watch these side lanes because Radiant has some deadly combinations. I mean, they have Jug Lich in one lane, CK Grimfrook in the other lane. I am very concerned for Dire's ability to not die on these lanes.
Yeah, this is a really good like Jug Lich as well as like both of these heroes are really good against Mars in lane. It's gonna like it's like one of the Mars is generally a pretty strong hero in lane. Uh, hero has a stupid amount of base damage. Uh, just very spammable spells. God's Rebuke is like one of the best laning spells in the game just because it has a lot of utility. But Jug and Lich can definitely feed off Mars, so they'll have to be careful. I think the two ways that he could. Who's the offlane player? It's Hobbs. Yeah, okay. Hobbs is actually pretty solid, so I think he'll probably have a good read on this lane. But I think the two ways that you can deal with a Jug Lich lane is you can just try to buy a lot of small items to tank up, like multiple bracers, Soul Ring, stuff like this, or you can just try to like hard rush a phase boot. And I think that most likely buying the tanky items will be better. But if you're able to like get a cheeky kill early on, or if you get off to like a really good start and the Jug is maybe they misplay the lane on Radiant, then there is a chance that if you play far, if you don't stand inside the Jug's range, then you can just run away from their chase with phase boot. Have to watch to see how he decides to play the lane though.
And then obviously, if Dire can get out of the lanes relatively unscathed, I mean, sure, if they lose the lanes but not by that badly, then we start looking at these team fights. And I'm looking at this Mars Phoenix combination, throw in things like Tangle Roll, and there's a lot of potential deadliness at stake. Luckily for Radiant, they have a Jug to get out of it, but we see a Hoodwink, which is a Breezy R specialty, but notably, you can use the knockback on Sharpshooter to get out of the arena still, right?
It's a bit more. It's a bit difficult. You have to run into it, and then you have to like turn your hero in and jump out of it. So it takes some finesse. Honestly, I was gonna say that I like really prefer Radiant's draft, but I'm not super sold on this Hoodwink. I think it can still die. This hero can definitely feed the Pango. Phoenix ult and Mars Marina both cut down trees, and Hoodwink being a hero that likes to play in trees can get caught out by this. Um, yeah, I mean, I think Breezy is just the type of player who'll pick whatever he feels like it, even though it's probably a pretty bad game this game, and it's kind of just a coin flip. Maybe he'll play really well, maybe he'll play poorly. Just have to see how it goes.
I mean, that is the Breezy R specialty, where once again, Breezy R playing at his best will be the best player in the lobby. Breezy R playing at his worst will be feeding relentlessly. So it's always fun to cast Breezy R. You never know what you're gonna get. Well then, that is Terrorblade for Nier, which is going to be very exciting. He's a very strong Terrorblade player, and I think this is a pretty decent Terrorblade game as well.
It's definitely a really good Terrorblade game. I mean, you do a little bit have to worry about getting bursted by Hoodwink, but there isn't like a Sand King or a Mars or a DK or one of these heroes that will actually like will have a non-reactable first stun to set up for the Hoodwink. Because dying to Burrow Strike into Sharpshooter, there's not a whole lot you can do about that as Terrorblade, except for like avoid fighting any heroes at all until you're tanky enough to live it. But CK stun into Sharpshooter is like pretty. I don't think that's something that you have to worry about very much. The CK stun is pretty reactable, either with a Manta Yeah, just with the Manta, most likely.
Obviously, later on the BKB also doable, but it's just plenty of tools for near this game to really have a great game. And obviously, near season and season, that's one of the more reliable carry players in Lads. So I'm interested to see how much space this heavily publicized supporting cast can do in terms of giving you space. I know there's a lot of people who have been acting like it's the end of the road with the supporting cast, and I'm curious to see how they end up laning in terms of this Hobspot Sasquatch lane, or even in the middle lane in terms of how Festival's going to do here.
Festival is pretty solid for MR, I'd say. Like plays pretty well for their rank. Uh, yeah, whenever I've played against them, I have not had the opportunity to lane against them very much, but whenever I've seen them play, they've done pretty well. So I'd say that's probably a value player. I think they're like around like rank 2K ish, which is like I'd say probably pretty average for lad standards, but they definitely play pretty well.
I tried to check it, but then I realized we're in a lobby. We can't check it because it's a lobby. I just got no badge, which obviously there's no badge. There's not no badge. There is a badge somewhere. We just can't see it. I guess I could check the Dota buff. Let's go pull
Yeah,
up the Dota buff, shall we? Let's go.
that's definitely my job, but please go for it.
They're paused. I have nothing better to do.
As neither do I.
Yeah, we'll just both do it, and then we'll both be able to look at the Dota buff.
Yeah, I had to do something, but yeah.
Trying to find. There's the team. There it is. Could have Control F, but where's the fun in that? 1,809 according to your websites. So if
Yeah.
that's incorrect, I am personally
No,
going
no,
to
no, no.
insult you.
It's definitely correct. There's no way it's wrong. What's their name right now? It's just Festival. I respect, not a name changer.
Oh, we are back. We are back on in. We have resumed from the pause. That is very cool. It's good to see some Dota 2 happening and not pause gaming. It was about a 2-minute pause, but we are back. If you are just joining us, of course, welcome to some League of Lads Season 10 action. It is the opening series for both Reily Feid on the Radiance team and for Draiden Fanclub on the Dire team. Both these teams are heavily anticipated. One of these teams will not be walking away with a 2-0. Potentially one team walking away with a 0-2. And for either of these teams to start 0-2 would be a bit of a shocker, so it'll be fun to watch. My name is Badger. I'm joined by Mr. Logical Dota 2, and I'm excited. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, it should be good. I think I still favor Radiant's draft, but I don't think Dire's draft's unplayable or anything like that.
30 seconds to battle.
They definitely can lack early damage though if their lanes don't go like if they lose all their lanes, which I mean of course sounds bad, but like even if they are just like down in all their lanes by like 100, 200 gold and like a little bit of XP, if they slightly lose their lanes, then I could very easily see them having issues. The jug is like pretty unkillable unless Kron's keyboard breaks and he can't spin out of sphere. Or yeah, and then these other lanes are a little bit difficult to. Hoodwink could be a little bit susceptible to arena. However, I still think that these Radiant heroes are pretty hard to kill.
Oh, by the way, before we get into it, Twitch chat says hi, including Bloom. They say hi to you, Logical. Not to me, just to you.
Nice.
They don't care
What's
about me.
up?
They just care about you.
What's up, Blue?
We are.
Yeah, the chat's active today. I'm gonna have to. I'll have to keep up with that. I was responding a little bit last cast, but
Sometimes it's easier than other times. Like right now, it's pretty easy. Actually, maybe not. First blood bottom lane might just happen. There's no die for Sasquatch, and he's just going to die to Karan. First blood drawn by Juggernaut. And right off the bat, the lanes are pretty good. We mentioned the kill combinations in the draft, and not only did Sasquatch die bottom lane, but Doss took a ton of damage top lane. So it's a fantastic start to the lanes for Reily Feid.
Yeah, you don't mind too much. You're pretty happy to trade like this DOS, even if it looks a little bit unfavorably, or even if it looks a little bit unfavorable, because he took Nature's Attendance level 1, and so like your HP pool is a resource, and as it always is, but it's a more expendable resource. So you want to be trading as aggressively as possible with the Grimstroke, and then you can just heal yourself back up.
We're seeing a lot of contesting already at this dire side small camp. It's a fight over it, but it might just cost the life of Grimstroke. Perhaps not. One more hit will do it. And not there in time. The TB. Ever so there in time. That's a fantastic TB from Confused.
Yeah, that was a banger play by Nier. Actually, I'm pretty impressed. I always felt like Nier was like pretty solid, but I never thought that he was like amazing. But that was pretty good recognition for him to run over. You never feel as good because there was like half a creep wave that was actually like in play in the lane, but even still, I think that was the correct call to run over and press reflection on the Grimstroke.
For those who might be wondering, we'll be calling KB9, the Terrorblade player in the Dire, Nier, because his name is Nier. I'm not calling him KB9. And neither is logical.
Doesn't he like always change it to like different like initials as soccer players? I don't know how that works.
He does a lot on like Steam, but usually not in like the actual like proper name. But he's changed his proper in-game name. Top lane, he got both in Stroke of Fate, DOS tank the creep wave. That's 2 kills for Reily, Feid, and they're off to a very fantastic start in both side lanes. Though middle lane, it seems like Festival was having a fantastic time here in this Pango vs. Hoodwink matchup. And oh, the swashbuckle was missed by Festival. Now he tanks the tower, next down pushback, shield crash, and both mid laners are very low. Who will die? Festival dies to Acorn shot from Breezy R. 3 kills across the map, 1 in each lane for Reily Feid.
That was pretty unfortunate. It was a little bit of indecision at the end there, but the missing the swashbuckle just means he dies. Lane's like not really going that bad for him. He's gonna TV back into the wave. Actually, he's gonna kill Breezy. Alright.
This time, Swashbuckle hit into that shield crash, and it's a kill on the board for the side of Draiden Fanclub. And yeah, now that he got both a kill in return and he's up in CS, it's looking good for Festival again.
Yeah. He's actually not as much net worth as I thought he was going to be. I guess it's because he missed 2 creeps. He missed the last hit on 2 of the creeps. Yeah. Missed 2 of the last hits when he was going for that hoodwink kill. This is actually kind of bad.
Little things.
He's going to check for this bounty rune, except it's not there. Liz. Oh yeah, Oranman took it. What?
Having a look at that minute 4 water room. We even see Sasquatch rotating over just to ensure it's secured. He does not want to let his middle laner have no charges of anything.
Yeah, it's especially important because I think Pango does need to have a pretty solid game for them to be able to make like early to mid game moves. This is crazy. The level 5 hoodwink is in the top lane.
Yeah, tried to perhaps save his Grimstroke in time, but it did not happen in time. Instead, his Grimstroke dead. Breezy R is running at DOS, but DOS is both a low-value kill and has Nature's Attendance, so he's not going to be that easy. Acorn shot does not bounce back to the Ench. Ench is now running into the Radiant side Tricamp. He accepts his death, and he's making space. Fairy Fire, but the pushback damage from Breezy R will bring down DOS. Now 4 kills for the side of Reily Feid, but overall, that's pretty good for Dire, forcing a rotation and trading 1 for 1.
That's a pretty unfortunate, I think. I think DOS definitely could have lived, and I think he knows that as well. But he tried to, I think he tried to like get a creep from the low ground, but he like wasn't getting vision of the creep that he wanted, so he just kind of walked back and forth. It was definitely possible for him to just walk all the way back and for him to not die to the hoodwink, which would have been like a super big hit to Breezy R, because that means he's level 5, he just runs top, spends like 25 seconds here, and then he has to run back for another 15 seconds, and he just gets nothing out of it the entire time. Meanwhile, Pangolier is farming the lane and farming the small camp with abilities. Like, you can see that Festival's 2 times the CS now, so if Breezy R doesn't get that kill after going top, then it's like super despair for him.
We are seeing some trading bottom lane. Spin from Karamba. Sasquatch dove away on the Phoenix. Seems like in general the lanes, despite Radiant being up by 2 kills, the CS is going in favor of all 3 of Dire's cores. Obviously, we already mentioned the Penguin versus Hoodwink CS differential, but Terrorblade is both ahead of the CK in his lane and the Jug in the other lane. Same is true of the Mars. Oh, top lane, DOS. How did DOS die there? I didn't watch that. How did DOS die?
Chaos Bolt. Just
I see.
infinity damage.
Very fair balanced ability, Chaos Bolts. I see.
Probably. It's probably. No, actually, never mind. I'm not sure what I was gonna say. It's yeah, the bottom lane, the Phoenix did go down level 1, but they have not really done any pressuring to the Mars. This hero's just like this hero just has bullshit base damage, and so it's really hard for these like jug heroes. You kind of need to be really on top of your game to not get out CS by Mars, because like unless you can actually like kill Mars, which isn't always the easiest because it's got 1.1k HP, minute 6, then being able to out CS him when he's like 60 base damage at level 1 and this God's Rebuke spell, really difficult. Breezy R is dead.
He tried to force another rotation into the Dire side jungle looking for Near, but instead he feeds Near a kill. However, the exchange might be for that top T1 tower. That tower is half HP and dropping rapidly.
I think this move is a little bit forced by Near, but I mean Radiant's like really weak right now, and so I think he's just gonna get this mid tier 1.
Meta is still 1/3 duration, and with Festival nearby, it's a lot of tower damage. So it'll be a tower trade, actually. Assuming it does not get denied here, and it will not get denied here, despite the best efforts of Lich.
This is extremely terrible for Radiant, I think. They're going to get this tower anyways, and not only did they get this middle tower, but it gave the TB something to do during this time. I think like he was just able to go mid and kill this mid tower. So the map is a lot easier to play for Dire. They won't really have to worry too much about having someone push out the waves because they can push out 2 waves instead of just having 1. He's
kill
fine.
on Festival, if they get it, he's feared into the Lich. Problem is, in comes Rita from Hobbs. Festival rolls, but not in time. Kill goes sexy bounce on the CK. Now Dire rotate more in. Sasquatch has arrived, but he has no egg. Level 4 right now. Bushwhack under the tower will stun into Acorn shot. Sexy bounce is diving. Field is on Jug, who is spinning. Chaos Bolt into the damage. More enough to bring down Hobbs. 2 more kills. For the side of Draiden Fanclub, and Doss just walks into 4 heroes. 5 heroes even. That's just a bold move by DOS. That's now 3 kills for Reily Feid, and they want a 4th kill being that Sasquatch Phoenix. Dive is on cooldown for 18. They see the Phoenix, the Gaze, the Chaos Bolt for the Fate. That will be enough damage in a few more hits if they can find them. Acorn shot direction. The CK damage will do it, so it's 4 kills now. And Festivals arrived again, responding into the fight, camping the TP of CK. At least there will be 1 counter kill, but it's still a 4-for-1 exchange, heavily in favor of Reily Feid.
Yeah, it's definitely hard for Dire to try to take fights early on. Their damage all comes from their ultimates pretty much. They don't really do a whole lot of damage until Festival finishes its defusal. Also, Lich died, but
I was watching that, don't worry.
yeah, I figured that wasn't really what we're talking about. But aside from this defusal swashbuckle that won't be around for like another 2 minutes or 3 minutes most likely, all their damage comes from the ults, comes from the Rolling Thunder and the Arena. When they don't have these abilities, it's extremely difficult for them to fight. And so I think they kind of force that mid move a little bit too much. After Festival gets gone on, it's very difficult to take this fight because you do really rely on the Rolling Thunder to get kills on the core heroes. So if Dire's trying to take fights, then it's going to be like imperative that they take fights on their own terms, where they're the ones that jump on Radiant.
I'm actually curious to see what ends up happening when these like right now we're not really too close to any of the key items for fighting, but I mean they're all being built. You mentioned the Pango Diffusal, obviously Blink Mars is being built, but Hobbs, actually, despite the good start to the lane, he's the poorest core right now. He's buying a soul ring. He's not even at soul ring quite yet, and then he's going to buy a Blink Dagger, so he's still a good like 2,600 gold away from that Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that death mid is pretty unfortunate because normally that when you use Arena, it's like an influx of gold for the Mars. Normally, you press Arena, you get to minus 1 of the enemy heroes, kill them. Even if you kill a 5, it doesn't matter. It's just like plus 250 gold for yourself, a little bit of XP. But he uses Arena and then dies without getting any kills, which is just really terrible for his game.
Rankin to the tri-camp, looking for Nier, finds a different core festival instead. He tries to illusion rune out, but unfortunately the sharpshooter was still on point. Good play from the side of Reily Feid, and they will not only get a core kill, but they will force Nier away from probably his own tri-camp. And during all of that, guess who's farming? It's Jug.
They stole a Keen Optic as well.
Ooh, that's a very cool item to steal. So now in comes Nier and Sasquatch looking for vengeance. Stonegaze is on Terrorblade. He's stunned by Chaos Wolf. He's going to die. Vengeance has been written. They've gotten Lich, but they want more than Lich for 2 different cores. They at least want Sexy Buns on the CK. But that is one fast hero. He tumblers twice to the high grounds and gets away. So a Keen Optic and 2 kills for a Lich. That is very good for Radiance.
Yeah, definitely. They made this is a good move from them. Now they have top 3 net worth on all their core heroes. They've been able to do this pretty much without their Hoodwink as well. Like he sharpshootered the Pango, but for the most part he's just been kind of chilling in this bottom lane, farming creep waves.
Rizziar is a defense bottom lane. He looks for a kill on Doss, sharpshooter. Will be on Phoenix instead. So now it's an arena, killing the trees. Rizziar has nowhere to hide, and now has no HP remaining. So with 1 core kill being on that mid hoodwink, parlayed into a bottom tier 1 tower push. Radiance, in exchange, will also get a tower, being the dire side middle tier 1 tower. So it's 1 tower and a hoodwink for 1 tower.
You're not super happy about that on Dire, I think, because you did use Egg and Arena. But I mean, it is the enemy mid hero, right? So I think it doesn't feel super terrible.
Seems like despite Arena and Egg being on cooldown, they still want to fight. They smoked up his forward. They've popped down Karan and Alarin, but they immediately back off. So you know what? We don't actually want to fight anymore. We're good. We're gonna back off now.
I think Karan as well, actually. This is somewhat of a big deal. But when you're Jug in these type of games, I think it's very important that you actually position yourself more aggressively. Because right now he's farming the triangle, but pretty much any of the heroes can farm the triangle. Like all of their core heroes can farm the triangle. So I think it's much nicer for the Radiance map if the Jug is actually on Dire side of the map and is playing aggressively with spin TP, because it's very easy to spin TP out of either like a Pangolier rolling on you or like a Arena coming out, or like a spear into Arena most likely. Because getting speared from the trees is hard to react to, but Arena into spear is definitely easy to react to with spin. And so his hero is pretty good at shoving creep waves. And so being the hero that's actually hard to gank, it does a lot. Oh, fuck, I said the same thing. Circular, but
We circle
pushing,
back.
yeah. It frees up money for his other heroes if he's able to take the more aggressive farm. That's what I should have said.
For now, I guess Karan is... I mean, he showed his face mid lane, got splash, buckle boss, some mana, but he seems to be unfazed. He's a clarity. He's good to go. He has a branch in back, but what can you do? I'm sure I'll put it in inventory eventually. There it is. Good job, Karan.
It feels like shit getting slash shotgun by diffusively. You just get hit by all of it. Like, it feels like the Pango didn't have to commit anything. You just lost like 100 mana.
For a hero like Jug, 100 mana is actually kind of a big deal, because he likes using spells and has no
I would
mana.
have a soul ring. If I was Jug in this game, I would buy a soul ring, I think. It's like decently common on Jug, I'd say. It's like, it was trending upwards. Jug is not the most popular hero, but it was definitely like seeing play in pubs at least. And I think against these mana burn heroes, soul ring is just really nice.
Seeing some poke coming out from Radiant. They want to fight in this Dire tier 2 outpost sort of area, but Dire, well, they too want to defend their own jungle. They smoked up as Phoenix and Mars. Mars has popped his smoke on the Lich. Lich is just walking away, though. They cannot find anything. Now, CK leads the way, finds a Soul Bind and a Chaos Bolt combination on Ench and Mars. The Supernova will zone the Radiant Wave perhaps without two-man Chain Frost with a Soul Bind bouncing everywhere. Thos and Hobbs are down. Festival has arrived, he's rolling. Sasquatch is diving. Lich perhaps might dive, he even sticks and gazes. Now Sasquatch tanks down slash goes down there on the Phoenix. It's Festival. Swashbuckling into the Chaos Bolt of Sexy Buns, into the Bushwhack, into the Frost Blast, into the spin, into a 4th kill. For the side of Reily Feid. Sure, they will lose their Grimstroke, but that is one fantastic exchange. 4 kills for 1.
These fights are just way, way, way easier for a Radiant to take compared to Dire. It's... first of all, they have 5 heroes that can actually be active. TB doesn't really want to fight into the Radiant heroes right now because he dies pretty easily and then doesn't do a whole lot of damage either. And, I mean, even of the heroes that are active, the Radiant counterparts are just so much stronger than Dire's. With the exception of, like, the mid lane, all these heroes just, yeah, individually are so much stronger. The Lich did, like, maybe the most damage in that fight, or at least it did a ton of damage with the double Chain Frost. And the CK is stronger than the Mars. Maybe the Grimstroke's not stronger than the Phoenix either, but the Hoodwink also does a ton of damage.
Well, we're at the point now where we're waiting for Nier to just farm the key items, but middle lane is Festival being gone on again by Sexy Buns and Breezy R. Chaos Bolt, Bushwhack, Sharpshooter, more than enough. They perhaps are going towards Sasquatch, but Sasquatch has the dive, he'll be able to get away, but... Now it's Dire running at the Lich. Seems like Doss will be doing the damage. Problem is, with the Chain Frost on top of him, Alrin, Ulmerette will do it, but Doss cannot find the last hit. Instead, Doss will tank an Inkswell until his die. And now it's Sasquatch, with dive on cooldown being dove under his tier 2 tower. Chaos Bolt, the right clicks are more than enough, and that's 3 more kills for Reily Feid, and they are beginning to take over the game right now.
Well, we didn't talk about it at all. It's something I noticed, but the CK build is really interesting, I think. I mean, even before this hero was good, I was a proponent of Octarine Core on the hero with Chard. I remember telling you that many months ago with, what was that league called? IXDL? Yeah.
Oh, good times.
But he just buys an Aether Lens in the shard straight up in minute 15, which is probably working. Okay, he's dead actually, it's not working, sucks, never mind.
You know what, it was working until that exact moment. It's an arena plus Terrorblade, what can you do?
That's a pretty big feed, that's kind of important.
Speaking of feeds, albeit much smaller, Doss dies in the Dire side tracking. Have you ever seen before that?
Yeah, that feed's pretty important because it gives Terrorblade an excuse to press meta first of all, and so now he gets to farm with it, which is nice, and also just they're putting Radiant's ball on cooldown. So now the CK isn't going to be on the map for 30 seconds. It's going to take him a little bit time for him to like find a location on the map that he wants to actually play. Like he's going to have to use his TP and he's going to walk somewhere now. It's just also just an influx of money for the TB. You can see no longer does Radiant have the top 3 net worth cores. The TB has managed to surpass the CK.
For now, it seems like Outsider's gameplay is just give TB as much as they can. We're even seeing Festival bottling Nier to save money on clarities. And ideally, they're going to have their TB farm until he's number 1 net worth. He's still about 1.5k behind the Jug, but Jug did not go beefier. This game you have for Shard, Manta, and Maelstrom as his build. He's still working on the first 2 items I mentioned, and at some point, TB's farm will be able to eclipse the Jug's, assuming TB's starting the way he is.
I don't know if I would agree with that, to be honest, because first of all, farm is like always based on how much on the map you have, and Radiant is like definitely winning the map war. There's this bottom area of the map that they're not even taking the most advantage of, but even without it, just the amount of map they have on the top side and the middle area is definitely makes the map situation better for them compared to Dire. But even still, this like Maelstrom Jug with the Maelstrom Manta Shard Jug farms extremely quickly. TB Illusions can farm like it can farm. It's probably like the fastest farming hero in the game when you have access to a lot of the map yourself. But in the current situation, I think Jug easily farms as quickly as the TB, and can even farm faster than the TB if he's able, because he's able to participate in fights as well. for the TB to actually like take part in a hero kill, it has to be a really favorable situation, like what we saw in the bottom lane where the CK was already 500 HP and he gets arenaed as well. But the Jug is just like really powerful in these team fights and can't die, so he's able to farm a lot faster.
At the point now where Radiant, you mentioned map control, it's going even better. They've taken the dire side outpost and the dire side top tier 2 tower. Perhaps there may be an exchange for the Radiant side bottom tier 2 tower, but the Siege is, it's pretty impotent right now. It's not doing too well.
Yeah. I think this tower is definitely defensible if they want to TP all the heroes. It seems like they're kind of running here. Dire don't take it particularly quickly.
Hobbs just tanked the assassinate for Sasquatch, but he might not have wanted to tank that. Now he's very low on the Mars and he's just dead.
Okay, so he tanked the gank for the rest of his heroes, right? Which is definitely not optimal. You definitely want one of your supports tanking it. At least the TB didn't die. He's second on net worth now. I think that Breezyar as well can be playing because he bought the bots of its trial. I think he should be more committed to pushing creep waves out. I don't think they really have an excuse for this mid creep wave to be hitting their Choo Choo Tower right now. They are a lot stronger, and this Hoodwink will just instantly kill a creep wave with Acorn Shot. I think that he might be sticking a little bit too close to his team. He can definitely... I think that he should be pushing more creep waves, and I think if he did that, then Terrorblade most likely would not be higher net worth than it.
This Breezyar build just like seems psychopathic. He has a null and a Wraith Band right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's like pretty whatever. I don't like the Wraith Band, to be honest, but the Null of Berry, Null of Berry, whatever about.
Very rare that you see a hero buy both a Null and Wraith Band. Like, occasionally you see like Bracer plus Wraith Band or Bracer plus Null, but this is quite the odd combination right here.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Four-man smoke from the side of Reily, Feid. Everyone but Breezyar and Hoodwink is there. CK leads the way. He's got Blink, Aether, and Shard. But for now, looking at their vision, they only see the Ench and a Terrorblade Illusion. Real TB is not too far away, but there is still a good bit of distance away, and Radiant will actually end their smoke on Jug to push in the mid lane.
That could be good. TB has BKB now. He's gonna tank them.
TB, not BKB, off the cast vault in time. In comes Soulbind there on Tangolier and Terrorblade. Chainfrost bouncing with Dire are still alive. TB has Sunder. Can he Sunder in time? Yes, he can. Phoenix will lose Supernova, but it's in exchange for CK. Now Arena Spear did not hit Jug, but Jug is still on the inside, fighting Festival. Karan is low. Nier is low. Karan goes down. Inca 3CR looking for Nier, but Nier remains alive. Now drops. Breezyar looks for more, looking for Hobbs. Hobbs spears him away. Doss TP's away. Hobbs blinks away. But despite the ankles being broken, Reily Feid has still won the team fights.
Yeah. That fight... Okay, there was a lot that happened there. I think, at first, I think that Nier wasn't... I'm not even sure. But I'm very surprised that he didn't BKB the Blink Chaos Bolt, because I think with the way that he was positioning, he was trying to... break a smoke. So, fight already starts off a little bit rougher, Dire there. And then I think the fight would have even gotten worse if Karan had made better usage of the Shard Inkswell there, that fight. He kind of like ran around because he was arenaed and he was trying to just like dodge out spells. But if he just like ran in, the Inkswell did end up popping before he went down. And so if he was able to get the Inkswell Shard heal on some of the heroes, there's a good chance he would have just lived there because Spin was coming off cooldown as well.
Thanks to that death on Karan in the team fight, there are no heroes alive that have not died a single time in this game. Everyone at least died once. And Karan, he's fine again. Breezyar might not be. He's been caught in the Dire side jungle by a roll and an Arena Spear combination. And that will be another death on Breezyar. It's a 5 streak going to Festival in the Pangoli. That's a lot of much needed gold there for Festival. CK is blinked on in with Chaos Bolt, but he still has that Shield Crash buff on him. I believe he's fine, and he will be fine. Perhaps not. They're kicking him out, actually. I don't think... Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, I mean their catch is not really the best. I think honestly the easiest way to catch this Pango is through the Hoodwink because he finished a full Gleipnir, and also it's just pretty hard to deal with Bushwhack from the trees. TP's top one network though, I was wrong.
Sometimes you gotta believe in your near Dota playing Terrorblade. He's been occupying sort of like dire tri-camp Radiant jungle area, and I believed. I believed the whole time, logical.
I know you believed. I think this is a Quran scale issue.
What can you do? Speaking of Karan, he's in the Roshan pit right now with his teammates, hitting the first Roshan of the series. He's already half HP, and Dire seem to know, but they're not going to be there in time to contest it.
Yeah, he's temporarily lower net worth as well, but I think you can make the argument that he was kind of like farming around the Roche area so that they could prepare for that because they're a lot stronger in the team fights. So when he gets this Aegis, hopefully he plays a lot more aggressively, and then he can take back his spot as first on net worth.
Well, Sasquatch walks in the river, waiting for his teammates. Rena's there on two. They will kill the Grimcook immediately before it gets Stelos off. Moves the CK. The CK's dead again. Hobbs will get Gleipnir and Gaze, but his teammates are fighting around him. The roll is still active. TB is BKB'd, hitting Alrin. Alrin will fall again, and that's now 3 kills for the side of the Dire. They want more. Omnislash is on Festival, doing a lot of damage, but he remains alive. Sharpshooter, it breaks, breaking down Pangolier. Doss, Sasquatch, now they're being run at. Gleipnir into the Acorn shot, but Breeziar is still chasing. The damage, not enough. In comes the Purge from Doss. TB is hitting, and down goes Breeziar. It's a 4-for-2 exchange. Hobbs even tipping Breeziar, and despite Karan having the Aegis, Draiden and Fanclub have won the team fights. Breeziar.
He definitely just fed. That was definitely even if Scary did go on cooldown, he was definitely dying. Yeah, just a really good fight by Dire, even though he probably shouldn't have died. I like the way that they took this fight. I think it is really important that they used the Terrorblade's BKB, and he did kind of just like get on them, or he did just kind of like disrupt them by being in the middle of all their heroes. It's very difficult for Dire to do anything to the BKB and TV right now, because their main way of actually killing the TV is spin, because of the shard and the maelstrom and this 20 talent. So during the TV's BKB duration, he's like, you can't really mess with him at all. That was also a really funny interaction with the roll up in Omnislash, where he's just like zigzagging on Pango. I've never seen that before.
That's just tanking a lot of damage, but eventually with 4 heroes hitting him, he just dies. I mean, he is an Enchantress of 5,000 net worth. CK blinks in for more, but Mars blinks away in time. That was Mars, right? Gretchen Pangolier blinks away in time. There'll be 1 death on Mars. What is Nier up to? He's just farming. He has he's buying a Sanjin Yasha. What's your thoughts on that one?
It's okay. I don't think it's the best item he can buy, but I don't think it's terrible either. Like, I think it's nice that he won't, with this item purchase, he probably
Arena in on 3. But the Soulbind links Mars to Pangolier, ruining the roll combination. TB arrives, Chain Frost will bounce to nobody, and now the roll finally will be there, perhaps, but TB is stunned. TB couldn't BKB in time. BKB, is there a Sunder? Sunder on Sexy Buns. Terrorblade turns. Supernova on the floor. Omnislash bouncing, but Karan does such little damage. Now Karan is on the run, has spin on cooldown for 5. He's being hit by the illusions, and he's dead. The Gleipnir will get some vengeance, bringing down the real Terrorblade. Now in comes Doug with 1 more life again into the fight, spinning on Sasquatch, dive play by Phoenix. Dawson Hobbs were hunting for more, but they are now fighting with Karan. Inkswell is on Jug. He'll walk away, but Hobbs runs at Breeziar as Pangolier runs at Grimstroke. Grimstroke falls to Nier's illusions, as again, they have stunned Hobbs, but Hobbs is one tanky man. The Gleipnir roots him in place, but Dire fight around him. Hobbs goes down. Doss has glimmered. He's just so low. Blinking by Festival, shield crash, the damage, the defusal, the kill on Hoodwink. And Reily Feid took on the full might of the Radiant, 6 lives, with Karan having the Aegis. But they have valiantly won the team fights.
I'm pretty surprised that they won that team fight, but it was a nice Sunder by Nier. He like barely gets it off with a sliver of HP. I think that the fight could have got a little bit better for Radiant if Karan didn't just TP out the way he did. I don't think it was very possible for him to die, because he was sitting at like 75% HP, and they only had Phoenix, Pangolier, and Enchantress alive on Dire. Breezy was already pretty low though, so maybe he couldn't have saved him, but I do think it would have done them some good if he just like stayed and was a scary body towards the end of that fight.
At the end, there were some very low dire heroes just fighting, so I see what you mean, and I think Karan might remember after the next fight. Over to bottom lane, we see Sexy Buns blinking away, Festival's blinking in. Pangolier has found the CK. Chaos Bolt stuns the Pangolier, but it's an arena in from Hobbs. CK is low. Chain Frost will be bouncing. I believe there's 2 Chain Frost on the floor, but doesn't matter. Dire remaining alive. Sexy Buns has fallen. Festival is rolling, spotting out Grimstroke and Karan. Karan will get stunned by the roll, but he'll be fine regardless. Now Dire, having killed the CK, will walk away. They're very low on only 1 hero, but he's got salves. They're going to go for more. He's got salves.
Salves, Phoenix. Sasquatch is pretty far. I mean, Hobbs is very poor, but Sasquatch is quite farmed. Vessel, Wraith Pact. It's a decent Wraith Pact game. Wraith Pact is very bad against Jug, I'll say. It doesn't affect you when you're Magic Immune, doesn't affect you when you're Omni Slashed. Jug can kill it pretty easily just with Spin Hit. It's pretty good against CK, I'll say, because even though the hero buys BKB, it's a pretty good way of dealing with the damage coming from the CK illusions, and most of the time, the fight doesn't end in the CK's BKB duration. Normally goes a little bit longer than the... Against Hoodwink, I know I put in my article that Hoodwink's one of the examples of heroes that Wraith Pact is good against, but I have to go back on that because of interaction I learned about. The Hoodwink... What's happening? Das is dead again.
We're going to
talk about. Yeah. But the Hoodwink Shard decoy. Illusions do full damage to Wraith Pact, and the decoy illusion is supposed to not do any damage when you auto attack stuff, but because Wraith Pact is like a ward type unit, or like a building, I think it's a ward. Because it's a ward type unit, the decoy still does like it does hero damage to Wraith Pact. And so even though you can't hit it with your main hero on Hoodwink, you can just send... I think you should buy the shard first of all, and I think that he can use the decoy illusion. He can just A-click the Wraith Pact, and it's pretty obnoxious to deal with, because if you do cast spells to kill the decoy illusion, then you end up stunning yourself. Breezyart is
Well, there is no
dying.
decoy online. The real one will be dead as well. That's Sexy Buns blinking in top lane. Professor Veneer turns with the Metamorphosis. With that stun from Supernova, they'll get a core kill on CK as well. Now, it's 3 alive. Jug, Grimstroke, and Lich on the run. Blink in, Rebuke on Grimstroke. Grimstroke will fall for spear damage, and it's Lich and Jug under a tier 2 tower, slowed by Reflection. Hobbs is diving. Chainfrost will be the turn, but Alrun's just dead. 4 kills for Draiden Fanclub. And, well, even with the Glyph they still couldn't kill Sasquatch. And now, what was looking like a very good game for Reily Feid is looking like a... Well, instead, a very good game for Draiden Fanclub.
Yeah, this game looks really hard. Like, I don't want to curse Dire, but this game looks really hard for Radiant to win. No, they even picked up the gem. They have it on Sasquatch now. I believe the Alrun was holding it. Kind of a big deal. 1600 gold swing.
We can, yep, it was...
Sorry, 1800 gold swing. It's 900 gold.
Owned by BP Alrun, and, well, I guess now owned by Sasquatch.
I mean, the TB has been top net worth for a while now, and TB has pretty... I mean, there aren't a whole lot of heroes that have good TB matchups once the hero actually gets money. It's definitely... It doesn't exist. Actually, the Grimstroke is close to Eggs. That is a hero that's pretty good when TB gets money. But none of the core matchups are particularly amazing once the TB actually gets farmed. He's buying Bloodthorn, which I don't really agree with, but I think that he's already strong enough so it's not going to ruin the game by any means.
Consider the following. Bloodthorn, Aghanim, Swiftblink, blink in on Grimstroke, and ensure he cannot get the Aghanims off.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's just... Bloodthorn is 7,000 net worth. That is just not necessary for that combo.
Also, not really a... It's not really a stats item, so it doesn't really give that much... I mean, it has some stats, clearly, but not that many stats. So for the illusions, it's not that much value there.
Yeah, it has some attack speed, which is nice.
I wonder, what are the exact stats on Bloodthorn? Let's go find...
60 attacks.
Oh god. There it is. Bloodthorn. So we've got 20 in 60 attacks. That's not... Oh, Arena. DK has engaged. Supernova has been activated with the roll. Keep the Supernova alive for now. but not forever. The spin and the BKB Seeker were just too much. Festival zones away the Radiant side backline, but Doss is taking on a Radiant side damage. Chain Frost to finish off the edge. Now it's 2 death inside the Dire. Phoenix looking for the game to be scraped here now by Breezy R. Allrin will fall, dropping a gem on the floor once again. Dire, I believe, get the gem? They do not get the gem, actually. Radiant get the gem, so they reclaim their own gem, and they get 2 buybacks out of Dire's side supports.
That's definitely a very good fight. Had to use Omni Slash, I had to use a Lich Life, but you're definitely happy with that. He is fine. Oh?
Maybe not, actually. He'll dive. He's sundered by Nier, but now Nier is very low. He'll BKB, he'll meta, hitting Karan. Karan has no Omni Slash, can Manta, will Manta, Spear, off the mark on the Jug, but is on point for the Grimstroke. Meaning they'll at least get 1 kill beating that Grimstroke. Now the Ag's Illusion. Oh, nearly kills Nier. The Glide Nier. The Acorn Shot. The damage. The Glimmer. But no! Not enough! In now comes CK. Blink, Chaos bolting the Mars. Mars will tank a Bushwhack as well. In comes the spin damage from Karan. Bringing down Das Hobbs. Will die on the south side. It's all back to the north side. Sexy Buns chasing for more. Chaos Bolt on Sasquatch. The roll will temporarily keep him alive. The Glide keeps him in place. Sharpshooter will look for Festival. It will miss thanks to the roll, but Radiant are still pursuing. CK, Jug, Hoodwink, they're all diving. Festival will roll up and blink away, keeping him alive. But that will not avert the disaster. Radiant have soundly won the team fights.
Yeah, the fight is another even winning on gold right now for Radiant. Roche is up as well, actually. Yeah, this is like a really bad situation for Dire right now. Radiant can retake over the map, I think, after this fight. Their heroes are really strong at this point in the game as well. They bought some kind of janky item builds, but one thing that the Hoodwink build is good at, one thing that the CK build is good at, is they're really good at pushing out creep waves. And so after they take this Roshan, they can fix their side lanes, which are being pushed in right now, and they can go congregate back on the Dire side of the map and control an area where they can start to build their lead.
These outer towers, I mean, they're already dead. T2 mid's about to die, Tier 2 top's already dead, so at this point,
disaster for Dire.
Control Tri-Camp and then take over the bottom lane.
Absolute travesty for Dire. There was a shard from Roshan, and so Breezyar ends up getting his shard.
Because obviously, I mean, it probably would have happened anyways, but now it's online right now, and Hobbs is just taking damage mid lane and dying, apparently. Okay. Bit of a bold play to show his face there, knowing his teammates were dead and not in a position, but he just dies.
Festival rolled on the Grimstroke bottom lane and probably could have killed him, but I think that he thought that more heroes were coming, and so he gets back early, which is like a pretty reasonable play. I think it makes sense. You dying there, even if you get the Grimstroke kill, it's just like it is a really bad trade, because it most likely means that Radiant can just go run high ground because of where they are on the map right now.
Instead, it was the remainder of Radiant hitting the Mars middle lane, so seems like Dire, we're not aware of exactly where the Radiant were, which makes sense. Looking at the Dire vision, they have one ward up in the lane right now, top lane. Bottom again, Angelier looks for Grimstroke. Grimstroke's half HP, but it's a blink in by CK instead. Festival is rolled up, looks to get away, has TP, but he has been gazed by Allrin into a Chaos Bolt from Sexy Buns. Now the Bushwhack follow-up system on there, and Festival will be in the grave for 94 seconds. I don't think Radiant walk high ground, but they are running at Sasquatch as well. He tried to get away from Karam, but the spin move speed apparently just too much.
Yeah. It's yeah, I mean the spin move speed, he's also got the slow with the Scotty, it just does a ton of damage. This hero's a problem right now.
And one more kill middle lane perhaps, and that will do it. Reziar unloads the full combo. Bushwhack, Sharpshooter, and Acorn Shot, and does the job. It's now 3 kills in a rapid succession. Pangolier and both supports.
I'm not the biggest fan of Breezier as item build right now, but this game, but right now he is a problem. Having this 25 talent, the 15 combination of the 15 and the 25 talent, and then damage items as well. Having the crit and the Maelstrom. Hoodwink is like probably the highest damage here on the game, and we were just talking about how much damage the Jug does, but this Hoodwink is an issue if you're able to just click Acorn Shot every time it comes off cooldown, the 2 charges. It's not even about the Sharpshooter anymore. even with the TB having 37 armor.
Well, they have begun to walk high grounds. There is Pangolier alive in 20. Glyph will delay temporarily, but Radiant have creeps in the dire side base still, so perhaps not an ideal Glyph. T3 tower certainly will drop, and now in the top lane we're seeing a bit of a wild play from Nier, looking for Breezy R. Breezy R will not drop, but instead it's top lane where the bottom lane where the action is occurring. Radiant will fake back, they'll smoke back, and CK has broken his smoke, however, on a creep wave, which means that Dire will know the CK is coming, perhaps. Yeah, they're playing very far back. It's only one Nier Terrorblade illusion, and now it's smoking out as Feid. It might be the wraparound gank coming from the side of Draiden Fanclub. They're sitting middle lane, waiting. Terrorblade shows his face, as does Ench. Blink in by CK, no bolt in time. Doss fogged him out on that one. But both teams smoke, neither team kills anyone, and we're back to a stalemate again.
Yeah, did you have the Aegis for 1 minute? Okay. Nier just buys out the full Bloodthorn. It'll be hard, but if he can somehow use it after all the purges have been used, then he'll definitely just destroy the Juggernaut, even through the Butterfly. But there is the Manta purge, there is the Grimstroke Shard purge, so it's going to be hard to actually find an opportunity to use it, I think. On the Juggernaut, at least. I think you can use it on the Hoodwink if their BKB's cooldown, the Lincoln's is cooldown, but...
Good big reaction from Terrorblade, now Serena, but it's only on Karan. It zones away the radius, splits up their team, and now Breezy looks to the backline with BKB as low, stunning Mars with the Bushwhack. Hobbs is low, Sharpshooter is active, hitting nobody. Now Festival has a huge role in the backlines. Soulbind has not lashed anyone, now latched to the Mars. Rough play from Hobbs. Sexy Buns will fall, but Radiant have turned. Breaking down Hobbs, looking for Festival. The Pangolier drops, but Nier is doing so much damage, killing the Grimstroke, looking for more. Fast left is low, could not Supernova. Life Nier, will not hit Nier. Nier has a Sunder, use it on, I believe, an illusion. Now, he's running from Karan. Karan is a Scotty, slowing the Terrorblade. Bushwhack hits, Nier is low, he has no tools, he's just so low, and he's just so dead. Now, Sharpshooter again is dodged by a roll-up from Festival, but Karan is just so strong. Topical away, but Karan is in. The bash will save the life of Pangolier, but now it's Dire's base still under duress. Hobbs try to salvage the game in the back lines, but ends up dying to Breezy R again. And now it's Festival with another roll, looking to chase outside of his base. He knows that Jug is TP'd away. Breezy R will dodge the roll. Doss. He's looking, but now Radiant wants to kill the Ench instead. The Daedalus does so much damage. Acorn Shot will kill anybody. Festival, half HP. Doss, half HP. Alrun going in, tanking Doss's damage. Gaze on Ench. Ench will attempt to fight. The heal isn't enough. The bash on Breezy R. And now Doss is turning. Sharpshooter can't hit. Softbuckle into the Sharpshooter. Lich will trade his life, but it is in exchange for Festival. Radiant.
He's level 29 on Hoodwink, what the hell?
They've won the fight so heavily, but the base is still alive. Karan is all the way walked back in. This is actually so crazy.
He TP'd back to base, and then he had enough time to run back. That's how long Dire has been dead for, and they're still gonna get buildings off it. I think they can honestly take at least 2 lanes. Yeah, I mean, the TP is going to be alive. I'm not sure if you care. You know that the Mars died back, and you know that the Pango died back as well.
Terrorblade is up in 2. He'll have, of course, Manta, Sunder, BKB, but Karan is one very strong Jug. Bushwhack hits on Ench, in comes Nier, slowing Breezy R and confused. Sharpshooter will be there on Sasquatch, and Sasquatch, who just respawned, is once again back into the grave. He'll buyback. The last buyback on the Dire team, I believe. That is... Actually, Ench has one, technically, but the last important buyback is gone. And Radiant, again, have their 4 main siegers alive right now.
Yeah, I mean, this defense is really hard for Dire, even when they have the heroes
again
left.
Got caught. He's again dead. Omnislash was committed, but... Well, Nier will try to fight. Arena is up for Hobbs, but Radiant again escape. Disastrous for the side of Draiden Fanclub.
They got the 30k gold lead now. Oh,
We're not quite at 1K per minute, but now it's BKB from CK, dodging the spear, arena combo from Hob. Soulbind is on Mars and Terrorblade. They're both silenced. They're both being gone upon. Terrorblade, can he turn? Has Thunder, but he's stunned again. Terrorblade has no buyback. It's only dire supports. They will kill CK with Supernova and the DOS Enchantress damage, but it will cost them their lives, it appears. DOS has been gazed, Bushwhack was missed, but we're seeing the Dark Portrait losing kill Sasquatch as Chain Floss kills DOS. That will be everyone dead but Pangler, who just respawns, but dire note is over. They have called GG. And Reily Feid will win their opening game in Lads.
Yeah, I mean, they play very well. They're like a super early laning stage. Didn't look spectacular, but aside from that, I mean, they're winning like right after the laning stage, and then they're winning for a majority of the game. They had one or two throws, but so has every other team that we've casted in LAD so far. So the two other teams we casted in LAD so far.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta throw, you know?
No, you don't have to, but sometimes it just happens.
It is obligated in the Lads contract. We make every player sign a contract, and it says that you must throw at least 9 different games over the course of the season. Apparently, it's going to be the first throw of the season for both. I'm joking, of course, but seems like it sometimes.
So I see. Lads is teaching players to match fix. I see.
You know,
learn to throw games early and often.
You want to just try? Okay, I'm laughing too hard right now. What can you do?
Okay, going into game 2. The first phase is CK Grimstroke, right? I assume that they're going to ban CK. Because I know, as a Safeline player, I never want to see CK on the enemy team. Karan's got a crazy Steam name right now.
Who does?
Karan.
I have a nickname for. Let's go find out what his name is. I have him nicknamed. Oh God, this is a reference. This is a reference.
I'm sure. Yeah, I like his picture. I like his picture.
That's the Karat right there. The legendary Karats. Also a reference. Reference game on point tonight from Karan, but okay, apparently he is checking internet stuff. So that will be the reason for a further delay. Which is nice. Get to catch my breath a little bit, drink some water. Big water enthusiast here. Good water. Draiden Fanclub, though, what do you think? What do you think they should do adjustment-wise going into game number 2?
Honestly, I think that a lot of their issues stem from the fact that they had these Pango Mars 2-3. These heroes are very similar in nature, and even though the festival is like, I mean, even though these are both like very comfort heroes for the players, I think that they just play too similarly, and I think you need a little bit, you need a little bit different. Like if you're gonna have Pango as your mid hero, then it would do a lot of good, I think, to have one of these ranged offlaners that have seen some play recently, like Viper and Necro. These kind of heroes to actually, Mars and Pego, they just fulfilled the same job, so you're kind of lacking on other aspects of the game. Alternatively, you can, like, Mars, of course, is not a bad hero at all, but if you have Mars and you don't want to have a Pango mid, you want to have some kind of big damage dealer, like a Hoodwink or like a Spirit hero.
I'm interested to see what Reily Feid go for when inevitably they can't go for the CK Grimstroke once again. That's definitely not happening again. They're definitely not.
You think so?
I mean, there's no way. There's no way Draiden Fanclub run that back, right? There's no way.
I think it's really crazy that they insta-banned Puck, to be honest. Like, that hero is not very good, and I mean, I could understand banning it because it's like it's one of Breezier's better heroes or whatever, but that hero is not very good, and picking it's very counterable in the first phase. I'm overstating how bad Puck is. Puck isn't that terrible. It's just like it's a situational hero. You can't just pick it every game like you used to be able to.
I think Breezy R just enjoys the hero. He's been playing it before it was good, and then while it was good, now after it's good, it's banned suddenly. They're not they're not letting they're not letting him on his hero of choice.
Sexy One's the character.
Apparently, we're seeing Doss try to figure out the pick and side situation. He's figured it out.
Bravo.
It's always fun watching amateur blue button pressers try to figure these things out.
Oh yeah, you pressed the blue button.
Professional blue button presser.
No, you didn't press the blue button yesterday, did you?
I think someone left the lobby and I had to do it.
Oh,
You know,
that's exactly what happened.
I,
Yeah.
I wanted the day off. They kept dragging me back in to press more blue buttons
I had to press the blue ones today.
for scrims.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask you about those after we're off the air, because obviously stuff that can't be
Right.
leaked publicly. But and of course, Logical would never leak information to me, never. But we are here for game number 2 of Draiden Fanclub, taking on Reily Feid. Reily Feid, of course, won game number 1. It was a back and forth game where Reily Feid threw, and then Draiden Fanclub threw, and then Reily Feid won. That's how things go sometimes. I'm in the bathroom. I will be right back.
The first phase of bans is always interesting because I think it's easy to see the thought process for the players. I think the one that makes the most sense will just be the first phase ban CK as Badger said. Still, though, I think there are definitely different ways. Like, I don't. I mean, it's never easy to lane against CK Grimshark, but I think that there are probably other issues that game. They banned Puck Sand King last game, so probably just gonna be the Sand King CK. Oh, SK. Okay, they're gonna take CK right now. The ban Pugna. Yeah, yeah. Very genius, very genius. There is no puck ban though, but I think this is correct. I'm not like maybe you can 15 pick puck or 15 pick puck, but it's probably just gonna get second phase ban. So that means you would need to take it here on the 6-7 pick, which is like you're gonna get lane counterpicked eventually, and you're gonna have to deal with 4 different heroes that can counterpick you, and even with 3 bans that can protect the later picks, you still have to deal with this 8 pick, which is gonna be a hero that's really good against puck. And the heroes that are good against puck are not like particularly off meta heroes as well. Stuff like Void Spirit, Lena. I'm having a hard time finding heroes that are good against puck now. DK. Oh yeah. You probably don't want DK at CK. They run back the Grimstroke, Pango Grimstroke this time. I don't think these heroes are terrible together, but this is definitely an unusual combo. Pango makes good use of the Grimstroke shard, but it can be hard to. It's a little bit awkward because obviously you would have to keep going forward when you're rolling, so it can be hard to make sure that you're on top of the enemy heroes when you're when you know the Inkswell is about to pop. But you do benefit from the hard dispel, and earlier on in the game, especially, you can abuse Inkswell just by swashbuckling in and using the shield crash. Bloodseeker. Interested to see if this is maybe a support CK. Nouns did it a little bit in the finals of the BTS tournament, and I mean I think it makes sense conceptually. It's definitely not common, but when you first phase 2 heroes like that, and they're both like supposed to be carry flex heroes, and I'm a little bit surprised. I would definitely, I would be surprised if this was just their 1 hero and their 3 hero. It's a little bit early. They're gonna have to deal with a bunch of counters to their heroes.
It is always fun to have some flex in the draft because you never know what you're gonna get. Like sure you see two heroes, but those heroes can go two different places. Speaking
Yeah,
of
yeah, they
Puck,
didn't ban it. I said that maybe they could get Puck on 15, but they're probably gonna ban it second phase because like this is like they're able. You get look at their bans on Riley Feed. Actually, they ban like 2.5 heroes that are really good against Puck, and then they just pick Puck on 15.
I'm a little bit surprised. I mean, they literally first phase banned it game one. They let it go to 15 game two, which is I'm not gonna say it's completely unorthodox, but it's definitely a change in pace. You know.
I mean, if they didn't take it here, then they could have taken it on 18 as well, just because of how second perk works. Uh,
I'm excited to see what Breeziar does, of course, on this hero. I mean, he's had some all-time legendary performances on Puck, but also a few all-time stinkers on Puck. So there's a lot of options in terms of
that
what is
can't be
Breeziar
good for
going to
your
do.
signature hero. For like that's your hero, and you've had some signature stinker performances.
Well, it's like he's had like a dozen like games where he's popped off and just owned everyone, and he's had like two or three games where he's just fed mercilessly, you know? Where the
Okay.
ratio is definitely good, but he's had a couple where big spot games, I want to say season 8 playoffs, he had a terrible game off Puck in an elimination match, I believe. If memory serves, it could be good. It's been a long time, but it's definitely a hero to be feared, but it's not 100% sure thing, you know? Like, there's been
Mhm.
some rough games.
They have Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit's got a weird matchup against Puck, I think. Early in the game, it can be hard to kill Puck, but like that silence is close to instant, and it's very long range as well. Uh, it's like a pretty solid Puck game, I think. Still, I have to see what they pick on their 23 pick for Radiant because I think they need a mid hero right now. I just assume it's going to be Bloodseeker carry, CK offlane, Earth Spirit 4, Ench 5,
Now to
but I
think
could
about
get
it,
behind
losing this
some.
game might be the best thing for drafting for the rest of the season because if they lose the series 0-2 with Ench both games, people aren't going to ban Ench anymore. They'll have Ench for their other series.
I think if they lose the first 2 games with Ench and then they pick Ench the next 2 games and they win those 2, I think people will start banning it. Or people will just ban Ench. Wonderful. Yeah. Uh, it's an okay Underlord game. I think that the lane could be kind of rough against Bloodseeker and Enchantress. I mean, every lane that you can pick against Bloodseeker and Enchantress is going to be rough. Those are 2 just oppressive heroes in the lane. It does have good matchups against CK though, and it's like fine against our Spirit. I want to say. Actually, I think it's kind of bad against Earth Spirit. I'm thinking about it, but you can get like you'll never be able to escape from a portal. You know how like sometimes at the end of fights, everyone like all their stuns will be on cooldown, and you'll just be able to portal out. That will never happen against Earth Spirit because he'll always be able to roll on to interrupt
Yes.
the
A
channel.
4-second cooldown, which is very, very small. I'm not sure what the exact hit size is for the roll, but I'm pretty sure you can hit basically everyone going to the Fiend's Gate, right?
Sorry,
Say if you have like multiple heroes Fiend's Gating, you can roll to stun both of them, right? Or is it only one person stun there?
the stun stop or roll stops on the hero that you hit. You can
Oh,
only roll on one hero.
is it a zero AoE stun?
Yeah, it's single target effectively.
I did not know that.
I'm not sure actually. That's a good question.
What can you do?
I mean, maybe I'm just wildly wrong, but I hope not because I
Now
do play that hero a little
I'm
bit.
like 99% sure you're right, which is a good thing, I guess. But as I'm like geometry going off in my brain, like, oh yeah, if they're all together, Fiend's Gating, you can like roll on top of them all. But no, you actually can't kill them all on one hero.
It's a bunch of illusions that are trying to go inside the portal. You can roll over all of them because
That might
roll
explain it.
roll ignores illusions. So
I'm just gonna blame the illusions. That's how we're gonna save face. Just blame the illusions.
oh, I had something that I was gonna say, but I forgot what it was. That's unfortunate. It was a good point as well.
Might be, might be.
No, it's not your fault. It's definitely not your
That's
fault.
definitely my fault. I sent you on a tangent wildly. Wait a minute. It's not how roll works, Badger. You absolute buffoon. We have
Maybe I'll
Underlord though.
remember it just like randomly in the middle of the game, and then I'll talk about it, and everyone will be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, I'll play off it. Don't worry, I'll play off it. I'm ready for it. You can do one of those signature dumbass segues like I do. Like, hey, speaking of things you mentioned earlier, here's this analysis that I was supposed to mention 25 minutes ago.
Speaking of things that are going on, always my favorite. Gotta be one of my favorites.
It's the one where I'm out of words. Like, all right, say something. Say something. Speaking of things that are happening right now,
Medusafic. It's Bloodseeker mid, perhaps.
is that good against Puck?
Yeah, I think that matchup would be hard for Puck, to be honest. Like, I think once Puck gets Witchblade, it's easy to feed off the Bloodseeker, but I think until that happens, you cannot outdamage Bloodseeker. Thirst is a piece of shit spell for laning. Like, Thirst is literally overpowered in lane. I swear that spell is bugged because of how much it's offlane Bloodseeker. But I swear that spell is bugged. Like, you get too much damage, I feel like. There's no way.
Are you surprised? Wait a minute. Mid Earth Spirit for CK.
You don't get
Interesting.
damage from Thirst, by the way, but you get too much move speed, I feel like. It's way too hard to lane against that hero for no reason. It's yeah, okay, it supports CK, okay. Yeah. Sasquatch fan the nouns.
I guess he's learning. He's learning from the team he pays money to. But are you surprised at all that Hobbs is drafting? I mean, they've got Sasquatch, Nier, and Doss, who have also drafted for their teams, but it's Hobbs who's drafting for this team.
I'm not that I mean, yeah. I did think that Sasquatch was drafting, but I'm not particularly surprised that Hobbs is drafting. I think it's reasonable. So I mean someone's gotta click the buttons, right? So like one of them has to not be drafting.
You know, Doss is a lads champion button presser. Sasquatch, two-time lads champion button presser. Hobbs, not done that yet. He's not
His
lads champion button presser.
his number is the highest. If you click on stats, his stats number is the highest on the team.
Huh. Didn't know that actually.
I
Makes
think that's
sense.
that might be false actually. Near might be higher. Hobbs has lost some points in his day.
Where were we? Oh yeah, we are draft over. I like this. I like this dire side draft. Whose draft do you prefer?
Well, there you do have a troll warlord.
I like Troll.
You like troll? I do not like troll. I'll say.
I think Troll's pretty good. I think Troll slept on. Like I saw Double King playing it in a couple pubs. I'm not a fan of it.
There was one who played. Oh, Dogchamp played troll, and it was just the worst troll game ever. I can't believe they were truly out of stone being heroes that game. They picked it into Storm. They picked it into Rupture. They picked it into Sprout. They picked it into just a whole plethora of things that are awful for troll. I think it's not, and I mean they're playing into Rupture this game. I think that he's going to struggle against the Medusa, just like in a core to core matchup. I mean, maybe he can buy a Diffusal, but then he's like puts himself on a timer against Medusa because Troll doesn't naturally farm that quickly. This hero is just a little bit bad. It's also support Pango, which I talked about last game, but I'm not the biggest support Pango fan ever since the Shadow nerf to ult.
Apparently, you are a fan of the Radiant draft because once again, you're not a fan of Support Pank. I'm not a fan of Troll as a hero. So I guess we are split opinion. Again, I think we were split opinion last draft, right?
I don't remember. I think I'm normally wrong though. This is what happens most of the time. I'm like generally wrong about draft, which I think is a very bad stat to have as the analyst.
It's always funny, like you like give like this long, reasoned out explanation for why you think one draft is. I'm like, yeah, I feel this draft's good. I like this hero. Hey Patrick, why do you think it's good? I just like the hero, and it ends up winning.
I mean, I can understand not hating Troll, but liking Troll in 2022, that's crazy.
I'm a fan of the way the hero functions. I think it's slept on. I think it's gonna get buffed next patch, and it's gonna be OP. I'll put $5 on that. That Troll's gonna be good next patch.
People say this every patch, and I think that this hero is going to get like it's gonna get like plus like 10 damage on all whirling axes, and that's gonna be the buff.
I mean, eventually they're gonna be right. It can't be bad forever. It literally cannot be bad forever.
They're lane swapping, which is interesting. I mean, this is one thing that Troll is good at. I'll give you this actually. If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna lane swap like this, Troll is Sick laner. Maybe this hero's not a carry hero, Badger.
If he's an offlaner.
I don't know if he's not. Maybe he's just not a carry hero. Maybe it's an offlaner.
If he's like budget Furion.
That's crazy comparison, I think.
I meant laning wise, not like actually in the way it functions in the game. I mean, like more, it's like, it's like Furion without trance.
Isn't that like Furion's laning?
Yeah, he doesn't have the good parts.
Okay, so it's like yeah. Right. Nah, you're making a lot of sense though, actually. They did kind of get owed level 1 though, I will say. They got double snaked and Enchantress is being a little shit. So this bottom lane first wave went pretty well for Radiant.
But obviously, it's something that you emphasize a lot is the value of the first 3 lanes. Especially in the mid lane, even the side lanes in terms of, hey, if lane's not supposed to go well, if you get a good first 3 lanes, then it's first 3 waves, then all is good to go, kind of.
First 3 lanes of the game are also pretty important.
Definitely simple words on that one, but definitely the first 3 waves I'm referring to in terms of things that are important for taking a bad lane and making it at least a somewhat decent lane. We are seeing a lot of creep cutting going on from this Radiant side. Chaos Knight Sasquatch drag the creep wave all the way over between the top T1 and Tier 2, of course, and that has certainly brought the wave forward and backwards and forward again, because that's the equilibrium for you.
I don't think this maneuver was particularly good for him in this lane matchup. Like, I mean, as support CK, this is definitely something that is like in the playbook and that you do most of the time. But I think the fact that there is 4 melee heroes in this top lane means that you're not supposed to be wave cutting like this. Because
Bloodseeker is brawling right now, and I don't think Underlord dies here. Yeah, he does not die here.
SK. Bloodseeker slowly chipping them down. You can see he's cool on a 380 move speed.
Slowly, I mean, he's using the apparently broken spell Thirst.
I don't understand. It's like there's like something wrong with it. I don't know. Something's off.
Think about it. If something's off with Thirst and they have the infinite damage Chaos Bolt, Radiant are gonna win the same 100%, right?
Yeah. That's just objectively true.
Just walking you into a corner right now. Speaking of Chaos Bolts, into perhaps the Blood Right. Shield Crash does not get him away from the Blood Right silence in time.
You were so right.
It mattered. And first blood dropped by Sasquatch.
It's simple mathematics.
I love Dota 2, man. See Alrun again. I like the way that Alrun's been contesting these 3-minute runes. You see a lot of supporters don't bother doing that. They usually go for like the minute 4 or the minute 6 rune. But Alrun is a gold enthusiast. He has been on top of these minute 3 bounty runes.
It is pretty much a 400 gold swing, which is like kind of a big deal. I think that if you have the opportunity, it's pretty good. It's pretty good to ensure that your team gets the bounty rune.
Well, you see top lane a kill on Sasquatch. I think Hobbs will not get a kill or die here.
He's 515. He's hasted.
Well, where is he running to? He's standing in place, taking Firestorm damage, apparently. Okay, he denied the creep, never mind. But he's not going anywhere. He is not going anywhere, logical. He is standing in place with 500 move speed. He's got nowhere to go.
It's a broken spell. The numbers are off. You got some mystery move speed going on.
I'm gonna pull the formula out after the cast. We're gonna check the numbers. So what are you gonna do if the numbers are actually off? Is that like
if they're off or they're correct?
No, if they're actually off. If the numbers are actually broken, how do you publicize this finding?
Everyone already knows. It's fine. I'll just abuse it. DPC. Oh wait, you see that
sentence? Oh no, that is not what you want if you're Radiance.
The 25 damage War Storm.
It's not much damage.
Is that actually what killed him? Yeah, it is. It's literally the 25 damage War Storm.
It doesn't really matter, but is that reduced or not?
Yeah, by magic resistance, yeah.
So it's not even 25 damage. It's less than 25 damage. It's 17 damage. Apparently enough damage. Lord mid lane, Chaos Bolt hits Breezy R, but he will orb and jump away, and I believe he'll survive because of it. Definitely a hard gank for a CK4 to make on Pokeball heroes, but that's still a lot of damage for the Radiant team there.
Breezy is like very much owning this lane. I think that as Earth Spirit, you're supposed to get a point of silence. Like you never want to get an early point of silence on mid Earth Spirit, but I think it's just really important because otherwise you're never gonna hit your spells on puck. Like he's tried to roll on the puck a couple times. I don't think he's hit a single one.
Maybe if you can get the right one from Fog, perhaps. Wait, Breezy R.
Uh,
Dude's great. That dude's actually wild.
I mean, he knows that he doesn't have silence. There's no way he's gonna die.
That's still kind of a psycho play. What if he skilled silence? Then what do you do?
I think you just don't die. If he is like 3, 2, 1, 0, then I think you just don't die. He's gonna get a regenerate as well.
Actually, he's being rolled upon by Festival, but, well, Breezy R is just fine, apparently. He might just get some kills here. He has a orb up. It will split the wickets, but instead of Sasquatch being gone on by Allen, he rotated from the middle T1 tower. Chaos Bolt will stun Grimstroke and now kicked away by Festival. Breezy R, well, he's full HP, full mana, looking for some action, but it's actually top lane as well. Hobbs just running around like an absolute madman, looking perhaps for sexy buns. Underlord and Bloodsinger are both incredibly low. Hobbs has 700 move speed nearly, but he's just dead. Where's your move speed now, Logical?
Sexy Buns has crazy items yet again this game. He's got Wraithband Bracer, Glove of Haste, Ring of Hell. This is like, yeah, I don't even know.
I'm sorry, what?
This is just a crazy combination of 4 items. I think Wraithband is pretty cool idea, but I think it's just better to get early treads on this hero.
I'm sorry, what? I'm looking at the items. I see them on my screen. You said
They
them.
make sense.
It's just it's odd.
I mean,
irregular.
it's definitely odd. All like the 4 items are like you can like are justifiable, right? But it definitely it looks off. Now he's got the Soul Ring coming in. He's not completing any of these items.
It's
They're
highly
just insane.
irregular, Logical.
It's like it's the old Helm of the Dominator, you know, headdress, glove of haste, ring of health.
Our bottom lane, Alrin will tank a Chaos Bolt, and if the right clicks from near, there will be at least a second kill for the side of Draiden Fanclub. But as it currently stands, Draiden Fanclub already down by 1k gold. Wait, they just get one more kill with DOS. They kill Karan. How did I miss that? How did I miss that kill, actually? That's embarrassing.
I think it might have been an observer skill issue. It was also definitely yet again a Quran skill issue.
And we'll blame Karan. We're going to blame Karan on that one. Definitely not my fault, even though it's definitely my fault.
I mean, it might be your fault. It's also Quran's fault.
I'll take half blame. How's that? I'll take half blame for missing the kill.
Sounds about right. Oh, he's gonna get kicked?
Seeing multiple jumps going on.
He did not get kicked.
Interesting. Roll in by Festival. Sexy Bones is going to die.
He dies. He got kicked. It was just inadvertently.
Apparently, the damage is more than enough there on that one, despite the lack of early kick plus rupture. Now in the tri-camp, we're seeing DOS playing Dota 2 near Alarin and Confused. Eventually, Ench will die. Question is, will he get a kill before he dies? And the answer will be yes. He will kill the Grimstroke. Now,
He's not dying.
Yeah, you're right. DOS is just not dying. He's just standing his grounds.
He's one group away from level 6 as well. The puck can't do anything to him either. What he's done with this creep right now is crazy. This is
He's just feeding it to the tower, apparently. Wait, it expired thanks to the new enchant. Dots is actually wild.
No, that's a good maneuver. That's an important maneuver to know if you play summon heroes. Too many people just like feed summons randomly. You can just spawn new ones to. It's actually I love doing that one on Naga. Like I'll just throw illusions on someone and they're about to kill them. You just spawn new ones. They actually, I'm sure they feel so defeated. Like it's never happened to me, so I don't know. I'm sure it feels terrible.
You've done it to me. It feels terrible.
Okay, that's great. That's my goal.
Let's see, again, Karan dying of bottom lane, but this time it's DOS once again fighting a Breezy R and Alarin. But you mentioned DOS is 6. He's just fine. He's
solo carrying the game right now. Yeah. He's actually 1v9 right now.
Roll in, dodge by the waning grip, but Breezy R is very low. He'll coil on too. They'll turn on Sasquatch getting 1 kill, but look who's still alive. It's DOS. He's taking as much as he can, running away to pit in on Bloodseeker Hobbs. Again, will run out of the pit. Festival rolls forward, kicking the boulder of Breezy R. Breezy R is barely alive. He'll wand and turn. He will Fiend's Gate all the way to the top lane apparently, so that will be the end of the fight. The Dire will leave for the top lane.
Hobbs is going a pretty greedy item build, though I will say. He's got a Javelin right now, offlane Bloodseeker with Treads, with Max Thirst.
And he's about to die, isn't he?
That was definitely close. I think he's outrunning Roll. I think he's faster than Roll.
Yeah, he's faster. He's fine.
Yeah, I mean, incredible maneuver by Hobbs. Bait out Roll.
Yep,
Oh,
the
they don't
other
have
word
Rupture
being
Kick.
gone on top lane. Rupture was used and well as one more kill on Sexy Buns. They move to Confused, who will be confused in the grave quite soon. That's 2 more kills for the side of Draiden and Fanclub. And they are up to 8 kills and a 2k net worth lead.
They may not have the Rupture Kick down, they have the Rupture Reality Rift down, though. That was a cool 150 damage nuke to the Underlord.
I'm going to go change the Discord server real fast.
Yeah.
I checked my internet. My internet's fine. I checked Twitch. Twitch is fine. So it's clearly Discord. Hopefully, the server region being changed will fix the audio lag. Maybe. We're hoping that things stabilize there, but in terms of game state, it's pretty stable right now. Radiant are up by 2k, but both teams are kind of doing what they want. Seeing Radiant attacking the top tier 1 tower with 2 heroes and Dire. Mostly split farming. Maybe we'll see Breezy R go in this bottom T1, but in general, it's pretty calm right now.
He has a Javelin and then Atos queued on Bloodseeker, which is really interesting. Well, I mean, I can understand wanting Atos on the hero, but I think that you should just finish Maelstrom if you're gonna do this. I don't think the casual Javelin makes that much sense. Although I do understand it, because like, when you do have the Javelin, it's a pretty nice damage boost.
Up Karan Pangolier top lane and Confused. Again, he will go down for the 4th time this game. They'll now move to his teammate Sexy Buns, but he is an Underlord with a Bracer and a Wraith Band and Ring of Health, so it's a very hard kill. It's a Chaos Bolt. Cutting for Dragons into a stick from Festival into one more roll, and yep, it took him a lot of effort, but they eventually kill that very tanky Underlord, so it's 2 more kills for Draiden Fanclub. And that top T1 tower, it's still about 1/3 HP, but it's not lasting much longer at this point.
It's hard for Radiant to
Oh, the
kill
roll
this
hit
tower.
this time! The roll hits! He got him! He's still alive.
Oh, he might get rocked again.
There's a Soulbind. Magnetize has ended. Halloran will ink small stun Festival. Now Fiend's brings Sexy Buff into by coils onto Breezyard, dives to the damage from Medusa. But Breezyard definitely overplaying his hand, but it might get his teammates some kills. Halloran dies to Sasquatch, but Confused is rolling on both Hobbs and Nier. Problem is they lack the damage. Doss is just doing wild stuff. It's a 2-man Centaur stomp on Confused and Sexy Buns. They kill the Pangolier. Underlord will TP away, but no! The Chaos Bolt at the last second from Sasquatch. And that is a massive team fight win for the side of Draiden Fanclub, and they are now firmly in the driver's seats.
They have such a big XP advantage right now on Radiant. Look at these support levels. Sasquatch is level 9. Doss is level about to be 9. Meanwhile, Karan just hit level 10. The supports of Dire are level 6 and level 7. I wonder what the number is, actually. Plus 5 levels. Okay, it's actually not that much, apparently.
That's a lot of levels. That's 1 per hero. That's a lot of levels.
The actual number is only 300, but it's like, it does feel like a lot.
It's come down to where is the XP. I mean, sure, your Puck has XP, but other than that, I mean, Confused level 7, Halloran level 6, even the other cores, Karan and Sexy Buns are not that high level, so...
Yeah, actually, I guess it's because the Puck is level 11, that's why it's not so bad. Because that level 10 to level 11 is like, it's only 1 level, but it's a lot of XP.
Sasquatch will dodge the Inkswell with Phantasm. Fantastic dodge by Sasquatch, but Breezy R is still diving. Soulbind is on Ench and Earth Spirit. So it's 1 dead in the Radiant, but it certainly will be a turn, breaking down Confused, so 1 support for 1 support. Now it's Alward on Grimstroke, trying to juke in the trees, but it's a roll from Decibel, canceling the Grimstroke's TP into the blood right from Hobbs. Alwyn will attempt to run, it will not work. Eventually he will die to go into being the Bloodseeker, so Bloodseeker will heal off the kill. It is a 2-for-1 with Radiant getting the better end of that one.
some much needed kills, I think. Bloodseeker's game is starting to feel bad. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying that. His game was never really bad. But he's closing in on the Atos now, which seems to be a big deal. This game is hard for Dire, but the puck has the potential to carry this game, I think. The puck definitely could just like 1v9 this game. It's extremely difficult for the Radiant heroes to kill the puck. I think their only real catch for puck is Earth Spirit Silence. And so if Breezy can get, like, he has the Boots of Travel finish, if he can get a blink, and then, and probably not a Yules, but like he might need a Yules, and then like some way of dealing with the Earth Spirit Silence, then Puck is very capable of just solo carrying games with the couple items. The talents on this hero make it such a nuisance to play. And you can't kill the Enchantress really on Puck, but the other heroes are super easy to fuck with.
We have seen Breezy R do it before, and perhaps, I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to win the game, but if you could make enough space for Karan to perhaps get, like, 4 or 5 items on Troll, then we're talking. Only problem is Nier. Looking over at Nier, he's a very, very farm Medusa. Looking over a Sasquatch top lane, he's rooted by Sexy Bunk and stunned by Inkswell. Breezy R TP's in, Phantasm will be activated, but only delays the inevitable. Sasquatch shoots in the trees, and eventually Breezy R will get the kill on Puck. Now Puck will again accelerate his game a little bit more, but Dire are not content with the 1 kill they've smoked on up. Radiant did not see the smoke, and currently it's Alren confused and Breezy are in the hunt. Looking at Dire's vision, though, they'll have to go bottom lane for Medusa. A Fiend's Gate in, Stone Gates has been activated, so everyone is stuck in the area. Dire, all 5 nearby, it's coil on near. But the coil broken. Karan will battle trance. Rupture is there, and I believe Karan... Where's Rupture? It's on Breezy R, actually. So Medusa has died. The Rupture was on Breezy R, who's also fine. Radiant will attempt to turn with Festival. They'll roll on in for the Troll, who has no battle chance remaining. Megasize is activated, but Dire will turn once again on in. Karan has fallen, but Radiant will exchange very heavily. They use Festival. Hobbs almost that Stroke of Fate, and now Breezy R will jaunt away. He's being chased by Sasquatch and Doss. Phase Shift is used to dodge Chaos Bolt. Impetus hits, but the damage is not quite enough to bring down Breezy R. Sasquatch will smoke, trying to hunt. He really wants to kill Breezy R, but Confused will TP away. Sexy wants to tank the damage. Sasquatch finds Breezy R. The jaunt away again means the Sasquatch cannot kill the Puck. Dire know he's there. I don't think they're going to kill him. But the result, never mind, they will kill him actually. Atos, Inkswell, correction, no Inkswell thanks to a 4-second Chaos Bolt stun. Sasquatch will turn in. Hobbs is somehow still fighting, but the fight will now be over.
That was quite the long fight. It was really good for Dire though overall. I think Dusa going down. I mean, even this like Dusa versus Puck matchup, the Dusa's never going to buy items to kill the Puck, or at least the Dusa shouldn't really buy items to kill the Puck, because I think that will ruin her own game. And so, even though like Dusa is definitely like a better carry than Puck, Dusa can't actually like kill the Puck, and the Puck can cut creep waves for as long as they need to like stall the Deuce's timing. Radiant needs some way. They need to kill the Puck somehow, but I'm not really sure how they go about doing that unless Breezy R messes up.
Did Doss just slowly walk up into Fog in the Dire side jungle?
Yeah, did he just walk up slowly and kill himself? Yeah.
He just walked up slowly, he's dead. I'm not sure what Doss was thinking on that one, but what could you do? He's buying information. He bought information in exchange for, that is, 498 gold. So in exchange for 498 gold fed to the enemy team, he's bought information. Is that worth it?
I mean,
probably not.
Dying to like know where heroes are on the map, I think is like acceptable in certain scenarios. I don't think it was good there. I think that was definitely an avoidable death.
We are definitely back to farming, though seems like Underlord does not want to farm. He wants to jump Sasquatch instead, and he has his teammates backing him up with Puck and Pangler on the rendezvous, so it's at least another kill on support, being the Sasquatch for support CK. But Radiant wants some kills of their own. Roll in by Festival looking for Karan, but Karan jukes him out deftly. Over to top lane, Doss looks for Alarin. Alarin will juke in the trees, but it's still Deuce and Ench going on. Over to mid lane again. Fiendgate is in by Sexy Buns. They find Festival in the root. Festival will die as well for the coil. Back over to top lane again. They kill Christian. Orin TP's away somehow. Back to mid. The roll is selected. Looking for Hobbs. Atos is in. Kill crash will slow. Atos is returned, but Dire are on the Bloodseeker. 4 are in. They're diving very far, but the resistance is not present. 2 kills for the side of Reily Feid. And it could have been a 2-for-1, but somehow, someway, Alrin TP's away in time top lane, making it a 2-for-0.
Alright, this puck is such a issue for Radiant right now. These fights are just compounding, and the puck is about to eclipse the Dusa in net worth right now. They're just taking over a lot of the map right now on Dire. Puck uses map really well. This hero just instantly evaporates creep waves.
The kill on Ench, definitely not an evaporation, but still a kill for, I guess, Grimstroke. Decided to use the map to kill Doss, who, again, after respawning from dying, walks up again into the Dire jungle of Feid. So he's not sure what he wants to do there, but he's very insistent upon doing it.
I mean, this is the DOS classic. I think if he's not winning edge games, then he ends up dying a lot of these games.
We're seeing Hobbs. He's been coiled by Puck. He's just dead. Another kill from Breezy R.
Nice.
Breezy R will attempt to be his camp on the roll up festival. In comes Sasquatch, drifting him in, but that's a Soulbind on Earth Spear and CK.
No.
Breezy R again has been magnetized, and he will go down. The roll's off the mark from Festival, but the result is the same as 2 kills going to the Earth Spear by magnetized damage. And perhaps Radiant. Nah, they will not get a 3rd kill. It seems like Pangolier and Underlord will get away into him.
Okay, well that's a really big kill. The puck finally goes down, probably by virtue of a mistake of Breezy.
A very ambitious TP, but it did not work.
Your mic cut out for me.
It was definitely an ambitious TP, you know.
Yeah, that's accurate. For Radiant's game though, Nier was farming throughout the entire fight pretty much, so he's like 3/4 of the way to a Scotty. Dusa still has a good carry matchup into Troll and a meh matchup into Underlord. Like Scotty is pretty decent against Underlord, but the atrophy damage reduction can definitely be a problem for Dusa in team fights. You can just do very low damage on the hero. I think if Breezy R ends up dying again, the game's going to get pretty hard for Dire because his momentum is being stopped quite a bit. He's 4th on net worth now. He's 3k below the Dusa when he was 200 below the Dusa.
This is a very ambitious play. It's a coil on Dusa, but there's a Fiendgate breaking the team in. Medusa will stone gaze in time, but can he survive for long enough? He's still in the root, jaunt in by Breezy. Dusa is incredibly low. He will kill the Grimstroke on the back lines, but it will not be enough. That is a 1-for-1 in Dire's favor. Now the roll is active. Balkan's been used by Karam. They bring down Sasquatch. They move to Earth Spirit, who's still in that pit of Malice. And they move with Malice over to Doss, who has the untouchable pass. They're still hunting him under a tier 2 tower. Doss has been Atos. He will attempt to turn. It will be futile. Dire will eventually bring him down. It's taking a very long time. Pit is off the mark, and actually he'll survive thanks to the glyph being used. Pangolier nearly dies to tower damage, and Hobbs is hunting this man. Atos, Bloodright, that will perhaps actually not do it thanks to the roll-up. They now turn on Hobbs, and Hobbs is dead. Doss, who survived, tried to turn again, but it is all Dire. Another 4-for-1 exchange.
The roll-up, that is really unfortunate. I didn't even think that. I thought he was going to get the kill as well, even if he would potentially die for it, but Pangolier has 2.7k gold right now.
He can buy whatever he wants. He's a very rich man, and
it's a blink dagger, yeah.
Smart move, the blink dagger. We're seeing Breezy R again hunt for Doss. Had to jaunt away to dodge that chaos bolt, but that will mean our friend Roshan is still alive. Karam is in there temporarily, but for now it will live to see another day.
He's got a Crimson Guard finish on Underlord. It's pretty interesting. I can't remember the last time I saw someone actually buy this item.
I guess it is pretty good against Dusa, right?
Yeah, it's solid against Deuce. It's also pretty good against CK, but I mean, of the support variety, I don't think you're too concerned about CK's illusions.
I guess so the Pangolier was dying to an illusion earlier, but that's Pangolier's problem, not your problem.
That's for sure Bangaliore's problem. It's I don't know. I think this is probably not the best use of this 4,000 gold that he could have done, but it's 3,600. It's not the best use of this 3,600 gold. I can sort of understand it though. Like, I mean, Deuce is probably your main concern if you're Dire right now. These other two heroes are not going to carry the game. Bloodseeker is quite poor. Earth Spirit, although his KDA looks pretty good, he has not been farming the most creeps. Sitting at a cool 82 CS at minute 25.
I just noticed Dire are not buying a Wraith Pact right now.
That is that's an Underlord problem, I think. No. They are. The Penguins buying.
Oh. Oh, wow. I'm not seeing like the Flint Booster and Quick Buy, but I guess he's slowly getting there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good Penguin item. It is a very good Underlord item, though. I think it definitely would have been a better. Don't they cost the same actually? No, they don't. Apex 4,050.
Bottom lane, they want to go on Alrin, but in comes the backup. Fusegate and Puck have arrived to the fight. With the roll now from Confused, but Stonegaze has kept Pangolier in place. Sasquatch will run away from the Pangolier. Pangolier once again will stun him. Deuce needs a few more, but cannot find them. Now to roll in by Festival. He's BKB inactive. Magnetize hits on 3. Confused. TP's away. Festival rolls away. It's now Deuce and Troll. In a bit of a man fight, but Troll wants nothing to do with it because he's ruptured. He'll battle Trance, but Radiant seems to be absolutely fine right now. Can BZR salvage the fight? They bring down Sasquatch. BZR's split to, but Karan is in way too deep. Thanks to his battle Trance, he will fall. Chaos Knight bites back into the game, and they want more kills. They see Underlord, but Underlord TP's away in time. And now it's Puck, blinking and jaunting, escaping from the Radiance. But overall, it's fantastic for Draiden Fanclub. They get the Aegis, they get a bunch of kills, and
Karan knows.
apparently Karan does not believe in his own hero.
Yeah. See, I was telling you, Badger, this hero is not a good hero.
Still believes.
Even the guy who's playing it, even if he doesn't believe anymore, you still believe.
Okay, think about it, right? We've been disparaging Karan all night, saying, and I quote, skill issue. So can we trust his judgment on Troll Warlord properly?
He's platinum tier on it. Ignore the fact that he was master tier on Jug.
Seeing Auron walk into 3 heroes. Right now, Dire have no vision, and as a result, they were sitting 3 in Shrine Camp, and Auron was none the wiser, ends up dying to Medusa there.
Okay. Well, this game's definitely heading Radiant's favor, but Dire do still have the gold lead right now, and I think that this Puck is still capable of carrying the game if Breezeyard does not have one more unfortunate death. This has the Kaya Sage finished, and with the Octarine Core on Puck is so bullshit. Having these 2 cooldown talents now at 10 and 20, your hero is just such a menace. You end up forcing so many BKBs just because you can blink, hit someone with Witchblade, silence, and then throw an orb and then phase shift, and you can just continuously do that over and over again. And unless you have an instant stun or instant way to deal with him, this hero just doesn't die.
He was actually rolled by a non-boulder roll, but it seems like it doesn't matter. Festival again is chasing. He has 6 boulders, but Breezyard seems to be a Wait, Breezyard TP'd. Cancel his TP to phase shift dodge the roll. He blinks towards Hobbs, Atos. But it's still a jaunt way at Breezyard. He's towards Doss now, but, well, I don't think Doss wants to be here anymore. He's now silenced by Alarin, but luckily for him, he is playing Enchanter, so he'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, you can just smoke crack. Like, he's smoking crack right now.
Wait a minute, the silence! They actually caught Breezyard! The Atos! Is it enough?
Oh, he didn't orb before he pressed patient.
It's enough damage. They bring down Breezyard. Alrin has a Soulbind, but he will absolutely die for that Soulbind. 2 kills for Draiden Fanclub.
That is big. Okay, well, that was the one more unfortunate death he had. Now Radiant has to win the game. He's buying Bloodthorn again on Deuce. I am not a fan of this item purchase, but it's pretty good at catching the puck, which is nice, though.
You know, he actually has some time in that Aegis too, so he can just go. We're seeing Karan.
This high ground's
How did,
hard.
wait, did they not see Karan? Okay, now Sasquatch sees Karan. They know he's right there, and they're on the way with 3 different heroes, 4 different heroes actually. Karan did not BKB the Chaos Bolts. Roll from Festival from long range will hit into the Aegis, into the Blood, right? He'll BKB and TP and get away, but guess who was not on the gang squad? It was Nier who killed the T2 tower.
I don't think they'll be able to go high ground with the Sages because Underlord is pretty difficult to go high ground against. But I mean, Radiant's about to take back their gold lead, and Dusa is looking like a problem. Especially because I think that Dusa was supposed to not be able to buy an item to kill the puck, but now that you have an item to kill the puck, this puck is not as big of a threat as Breezy was previously shaping up to be.
He's just got an Orchid now. He's ready. He's ready to go. For the top lane, we saw a bit of a 1v1 between Festival and Breezy Arb with BKB and TP away by Festival, and no 25 talent quite yet. There will be an escape for the side of Festival. We are seeing a 4-man smoke. It is everyone but the Underlord in the smoke. They run into the Radiant side jungle, looking at their vision. They didn't see anyone quite yet, but now they know that Sasquatch is showing on day vision. Foil. Phantasm pop, but it will be a dead CK. Dead for 79 seconds. Is that his dieback? Yeah. I think it is, actually. I think that was his dieback death. Will mean we will see a trade of tier 2 towers. The top tier 2 for the bottom tier 2. Perhaps not. Fiend's Gate and TP's in. They want to defend. Stone Gate activated, but Ench is now soulbound to his Enchantress. The Medusa, I should say. We see Breezy R headed for Hobbs. Hobbs will BKB and rupture Breezy R. So now Breezy R is very low. Karan will battle trans, looking for damage. He's now trying to kill Doss. Festival rolls in, stunning Underwood. 60 points is still standing his ground. Doss will now fall back over to Festival. His BKB is still active. He TPs away, and it will barely be in time. It will barely be in time. But it's still 2 deaths on the side of Radiance. They lost their CK earlier, their Enchantress more recently, and Dire will lose nothing but cooldowns in exchange.
Okay, so they're halting the momentum. I mean, the Aegis is already running out, so it's not the biggest deal to just lose your 2 supports like that. But it's nice for Dire to get some momentum back.
And the tale of Doss's courier is a true tragedy. He saw the gem on the floor, moved the courier there, and just before the courier grabbed it, Pangolier grabbed it, and then they killed the courier afterwards. That's just the courier.
They respawn.
Somebody told me here. Breeziar just link in, Raining Rift, hit the Earth Spirit, and jaunt away for like some damage.
That is good. That is a good play. Wild. You should be doing that.
Seeing CK get jumped in his own tri-camp, Sasquatch is dead. Now Hobbs will rupture Pangolier. Pangolier will end the roll.
Ooh, Breezy's dead.
Over in the north side, Breezy actually dies to... Whenever he's still alive! He's still alive! Nier tried to kill him with the Orchid and the Stone Gates, but it did not work. Breezy are just unkillable, apparently. And now Sexy Buns is duking. He'll get rolled upon by Festival and kicked off of the high ground. Problem is they're out of TP cancels. He just gets away.
Yeah, he did want to BKB on Festival there, those. Or pause? V break? Okay.
We've had, I think, 4, maybe 5 pauses in the series, and I think they're all because of Karan.
That sounds correct.
Maybe one of them wasn't Karan, but I think it's either all of them but one, or all of the pauses have been because of Karan. Fucking Karan, man. So game state. We were looking at Radiant potentially being in a good spot, but it seems like their momentum has halted, and we're back to that 4K sort of net worth lead for the side of Reily Feid. This graph. It's a very interesting graph right here. Look at this graph, Logical.
It is. It's kind of surprising that it's going back Dire's favor. Because I do think that the game was shaping up to be a win for Radiant. Wait, he bought an Orchid, and then instead of finishing the Bloodthorn, he's going for Silver. That's pretty interesting. I guess, honestly, what this tells me is that he doesn't have faith in his team. This tells me that his read on the game is that he needs to be the hero that's catching this puck. And so he's going to go try to be an assassin, go run around, try to kill the puck.
That's certainly an interesting build. He'll have a lot of damage by doing that. Puck. One problem. Look at Puck's quick buy.
Yep, it is the 40-minute Yule Scepter. Not 40 minutes. It's going to be like a 35-minute Yule Scepter. It's probably correct. But honestly, like in these team fights, if you get Orchid and you immediately just Yules, the Earth Spirit can time the silence so that you're pulling back the roll silence as your Yules is running out. And it's not the hardest thing to time. You might mess it up once, but like Festival is pretty mechanically skilled, and so I'm sure that they won't mess it up like more than one time. It's not the hardest thing in the world to do.
All right, we have successfully conquered kidneys and bladders for at least the next half an hour or so. We are back from the pause, and for those that are just joining us, we are here for some Lads Season 10 action. It is Reily, Feid, and Draiden Fanclub, two of the more anticipated teams of the season, making their season debut. Reily Feid won Game 1 in somewhat tenuous fashion, but in the end, they were the ones who killed the enemy throne, forced out the GG call, and in Game 2, it's again close. Right now, they maintain the lead. My name's Badger. I'm here at Logical, of course, and we are back from the pause at long last. We are back from our 5th pause of the series. Middle lane, Festival, is forced to BKB, and he will get away. I'm actually excited to see Breezy at 25. That could be a very big deal in these upcoming ganks.
What? Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm excited to see what Breezy I mean, he's about to get 25. He's 22 right now, but getting 25, like, you've seen someone he plays, it's just, he foils, they BKB and get away, but now it's actually Grimstroke being picked off middle lane instead. That is a death on Alren, and seems like from the pause, Radiant are ready to go. We're seeing TPs towards the outpost, looking for perhaps Underlord and Karan. Karan will get ruptured. Confused will roll, stunning DOS. Karan will TP away Stonegaze. Did not stone him in time, and now it is confused. Still rolling with DOS, but now it's near hitting the Pangolier. Silence was earlier, but confused cannot escape. He will shield crash, but I don't think it'll matter. If she gets blink, it will matter. He gets away. He'll TP. Is it canceled in time? Yes, it is. It is not canceled in time. He gets away. Wow. That's a great escape there from confused.
He's buying a little bit of time for his grip structure respawn, but it's
You got the bottom tier 2 tower because of that. Like, that tower
That's
would be
true.
alive right now if the Pangolier died earlier.
Okay. Near TP's top, they're shaping up to go. This is Roshan number 2, minute 36, a little bit later than normal. Some good Aghanim shards on Radiant. They gotta take this fight first.
Engage into the river, but also on their own high ground at the jungle area. Confused dies to DOS back over at the high ground. It's Sasquatch and Festival sold down together, running away from Karan. Sasquatch's BKB is now over. Kick will try to stop Karan, but Karan is still hitting Sasquatch. Sasquatch goes down on the Seek. It's the 1-for-1 trade so far. Support for support. Now Festival is bashed by Karan. Both will BKB. Karan will turn to DOS, but DOS 4 staffs away. Now back over to Nier and Hobbs. They were fighting with Breezy R. Breezy R apparently is a very hard cat to lock down right now. He has the Yules in hand. Of course, dodged that Nier Orchid, and with the buyback from Sasquatch, Radiant appear to want to go and do something, but Dire are still alive on 4 and ready to fight once again.
Killing the Pango there is pretty nice, although it's respawning shortly. I mean, this Roshan is where a lot of this game's gonna revolve around now.
Smoke, and they immediately find Sasquatch. That is a big kill if they get it. That will be a dieback, and they appear as though they will. Soul binds on CK and the Inch. Cuts up with BKB, but he still can't run away. Now Stonegate's there in the back line, looking for kills for Nier, but Nier is again forced to run away. Sasquatch goes down. Festival is rude, but he rolls in time, getting away from the dire gank squad. Hobbs has been spotted, I think. They want to kill him. They also want to kill Doss. Doss is being 1v1 by a Breezy R. The Yules is on cooldown, therefore Doss can TP away. It is only one kill for the Dire, but that's one very big dieback, meaning that they can claim Roshan.
That's pretty big. I'm surprised, yeah. Sasquatch or dieback. It just means that they can get Roche. I guess these fights are just pretty hard for Radiant to take. These other two cores. I mean, the Juica has been having a good game, has stayed top net worth for probably like the past 15 minutes now, but the Bloodseeker and the Earth Spirit are just not that strong anymore. Bloodseeker just doesn't have enough items really to be scaling that well, and the Earth Spirit kind of just doesn't do very much against these BKBs. He needs to wait them out, but I mean, he's just not living that long in these fights for him to actually make it to that point. A lot of times he has to be one of the initial heroes going in as well, because Bloodseeker doesn't really want to run in first. I mean, this is a hero that likes to wait in team fights. And the Deuce is not going to run in first either, really. So, I mean, your support CK can run in, but not all too tanky. You just have 2000 HP and a BKB, but it goes down extremely easily to Troll.
Radiants have just picked up two key buybacks. Earth Spirit and Medusa have just farmed theirs, but Dire... I'm sure Dire still want to play some Dota 2 in the Radiant-based sort of location. They have 2 lives on the Troll Warlord. Karan is 25, as well as is Breezy R. So that's a Battle Trance strong Dispel for Troll, and of course that BKB piercing Dream Coil for Breezy R, which means if they want to go, which they appear to want to do with this 5-man smoke, they can do a lot of damage here.
It's a little bit sad for Radiant to just be having to like sneak around the map at this point. I mean, ideally, with your Dusa having this much money, you'd like to be on your time, where you're the ones that are, or where you're the ones, yeah, that are chasing the other team. All on finish and Ags as well. You might have just said that. I missed it, but
I actually did not say it, but that's a very significant pickup. We saw it last game against Terrorblade, but now this game into Dusa. Another very good Dark Portrait hero. We're seeing Breezy R get ruptured, but he's still a puck. He will Waning Rift and Jaunt, and with the Fiend's Gate arriving, perhaps they don't go into the Fiend's Gate. They buy time for Breezy R to TP away. And again, he TPs away. Man's just not killable, apparently.
I mean, it's, yeah. They have the Orchid, but there is obviously the Yules, and so they do kind of need to, like, I don't think it's impossible for them to execute perfectly, or I don't think it's very hard, but they do need to actually hit all their spells perfectly to kill him. Actually, this is just a lie. He has a flicker. He's not dying anymore. He could just flicker off these Alts. They're going to need hexes. They're going to need abyssals. Otherwise, Breezy R is just not dying. He's not killing the Ench, I think, but he's not dying.
Well, the arrival of Confused, perhaps that will be enough damage. It is a turnaround with that roll up, but I guess he's just still healing. About 1/4 HP, Sasquatch arrives with Chaos Bolt Breezy R, but it'll be dodged by Phase Shift, of course, meaning the Doss, at long last, with the efforts of 3 different heroes, ends up dying. Over to the top lane area, we see Karan is currently ruptured. He battled Trance, but actually, because he's so far away from any of the Radiant heroes, he stopped running. So now his Bepsil being chased by Breezy R. He rolls towards Sasquatch. It's a Yules on Earth Spirit, canceling his TP. It's a 4-second Chaos, but the damage, it's just not there. So Breezy R continues to throw out spells. Sasquatch with PTB and TP Festival will not be so lucky. Wait, where'd he go? He Fiend's Gated! He went through the Fiend's Gates! He went through the Fiend's Gate, allowing him to escape! Heads up play from Festival and Dire. They let him get away with an escape on that one.
Which one? The Matoma man? I forgot. You don't watch other regions. You don't even watch the major, so you don't know what I'm talking about.
Watch the major.
Yeah.
Watch some of the major at least. See Coil now on Hobbs' bottom lane. Coil is broken. He's half HP. Being Confused, roll on down to finish the kill on Hobbs. And that will be another death there on the Radiant side course.
Oh. Oh, he actually did it. That was cool. Okay, I didn't know that's how that worked. But he orbed with the he orbed with the Octarine core, and then he TP'd back to base, and then as soon as he went back to base, he like jaunted back, and so he got fountain regen for a little bit. I don't even know if you get mana from that because you only get fountain regen for like 0.5 seconds.
The
That's
orb
pretty cool.
that long?
Yeah, with Octarine core it is.
Jeez. Wait, yeah, plus cast range, yeah. Well, we're seeing a catch on Festival in the trees. Again, he has BKB, but guess what he does not have? He doesn't have a TP, but he has a Feed's Gate! He can go in the Feed's Gate once again if he truly wants to. Maybe not.
Probably should have.
Probably should have, but chose not to do it in time. He'll now go through, but it's just too late. BKB is over, and he will go down again. So now they go back through the Fiend's Gates to the Radiant side Shrine Camp. They see Sasquatch, who has a BKB, who has a TP, but appears to be consigned to his fate. Karan will hunt him down and will, of course, bash him. They removed the bash from Troll Warlord a few patches back, but you know what? Karan still wants to bash his own basher and bash the Sasquatch.
It's a good item. Basher's underrated, to be honest. Like this item, it's just 50 damage for like even non-strength heroes if you think about it, because every 25% chance to bash and it's 25 damage, so or to bash to 100 damage. It's a pretty solid item. Anyways, Nier is like fine.
Karan is barely fine. Ooh, that's a risky TP, but ended up working out.
That was his only way to live, I think. That was a calculated TP. Love making fun of Karan.
The smallest risk.
Yeah, love Karan, but that was or love making fun of Karan rather, but that was definitely a good play.
You had
Well,
to
I mean,
correct
Dire
yourself on that one. Love making fun of Karan, you'd say. You saying about Dire?
This Underlord item build is like not good still. So he's got Ags, which is I mean the Ags is definitely undervalued. I think it's like, or actually not undervalued. It's definitely unexplored. Like, I don't think many people know if it's good or like how good it is exactly. Gleipnir is definitely not good. I'll say. I think he would have really benefited from buying an AC this game. I think he probably still should buy an AC this game just because it synergizes so well with the hero.
Yeah, I'll defend the build. He has Agadons, so he has a slow and Pit of Malice, and he has Gleipnir. So he's just keeping heroes in Pit of Malice. They don't have BKB or Manta or something. They're just stuck, and they can't leave. They literally cannot leave the pits.
But like you only need one of those items for that to be true, because you're not getting any additional roots. I think with the Ags and the Gleipnir, because like you could like root someone and then Gleipnir them, and then they'll get hit by the root again, right? But I think with this build, like the enemy team will click on him and they'll see that he has Ags Gleipnir, and so when he gets rooted, they're gonna start walking away, and even if they're slowed, they're still like they're gonna get Gleipnired after their initial root, and they're gonna get rooted again. But there's enough time in between those two things happening that even with this load, they're gonna be able to walk out of it. We'll see though. Maybe it owns. I haven't seen this Ags too much. I've only seen it a couple of times off like late Roshans, where everyone else has an Ags.
Oh, they've smoked and found Enchantress. They found the rear guard. In comes Breezy R. They still want the Ench. Rolls activate Pangolier, and as put their attention, they've rolled and stunned Festival. We see a rupture on Karan, who will BKB. Is not battle test quite yet. Sasquatch is fighting. He's now bashed by Karan. Battle test is activated. In comes Stone Gaze from near, but he's hexed. He currently cannot do anything. He's disarmed as well by Halberd Coils. They're on two. Snapped on both of them. Festival, again, will dodge the Gleipnir this time as Dire focus on Nier's Medusa. He's half mana. He's 1/3 mana. He's 0 mana. He's 0 HP. And he is dead with no buyback. They move to Hobbs. The Hex is on point, and Hobbs too will lose his life. So CK dead, no buyback. Medusa dead, no buyback. And in comes Fiend's Gate to the bottom lane. They want to go high ground right now.
I mean, this is a good play. No Dusa buyback. This is like this is probably like this is at least 2 lanes, I'll say.
Gets the blood right. It will delay it temporarily.
He's kind of getting owned. He doesn't have BKB. Yeah.
Roll in the Festival. We go Magnetize, but it's a Soulbind, Unearth Spirit, and Bloodseeker. Earth Spirit will lose his life for that one. Now Hobbs is running away. Roll activated. Coil is there on Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker cannot escape. He has no way out. BB is still on cooldown, and he's dead. They tried to get Karan. They got so close to killing him, but Karan remains alive. Problem: Radiant Heroes, all dead. Bottom Barracks, dead. And perhaps even their hopes and dreams might soon be dead. Sasquatch tried a ballsy TP, looking for a troll. It was cancelled by the Underlord Pit of Malice. And with that gank failing, they will call the GG.
That's pretty fair. It's hard for them to win the game. They got 33k gold lead. Troll's higher net worth than the decent now. This game was definitely Draiden Fanclub's game to lose, I'll say. But I mean, it was very hard. I think Puck's just OP. I think I was wrong. I think Puck's a broken hero. I've seen this hero solo carry 2 games today. Well, I mean, actually, it didn't really solo carry this game, but I've seen it solo carry 2 games. Not okay. I literally just said that's not true, but I've seen it like have insane impact in 2 games now. Solo carried the other game that I saw.
2-0 victory for Reily Feid.
It's pretty crazy.
It means the Draiden Fanclub, who were one of the most anticipated teams of the season, they go down 0-2 to start their season. Sure, definitely not the result that the Radiant were hoping for. I'm sure they wanted at least a 1-1, if not a 2-0. And they did not get it. They got a 0-2. It will mean, though, that we are done for the evening. We have finished the 2-0 victory for Reily Feid over Draiden Fanclub. You got any more analysis for us, Logical?
I'm pretty surprised. I was expecting Radiant to win, to be honest. I'm 0 for 2. Or no, I'm not 0 for 2 right now. I thought the other game would be closer. I'm impressed. Blue Pikachu's just too good. I think they're like definitely lower MAR. Like, yeah, they're like significantly lower MAR average, right?
I think it's similar average on Mars in both these teams. They're both in like that higher 6,200 sort
I guess
of
Sasquatch is Divine 5 right now.
Yeah, we did not treat him as a Divine 5 sign-up, though.
Okay.
We definitely did not treat him at Divine 5. Yeah, thank you for joining me again, Logical. Do you have any final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/BadgerPablo?
Yeah, follow me on twitter.com/logicaldota2, twitter.com/dotabuff, twitter.com/fireat4staff, and twitter.com/announceesports. Thank you.
Based butts. My name is Badger. If you want to have me cast your games, cast your tournaments, if you want to hire me and Logical to cast your pro tournaments, cough, cough, DPC casters, DPC organizers, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2, or on Discord, Badger number 5713. We'll be back at some point. Don't know where, don't know when. Said that last night. Ended up showing up the next night, so maybe we'll be back next night. You never know, but for now, it will be the end. Thank you again to everyone for tuning on in. Always appreciate the chatters and the viewers for supporting the Badger Dota 2 experience. And I'm probably going to end up rating Mr. R. Cryptic. For now, though, thank you for watching, and as always, have a great night.